On Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Happy Friday. Thank you for wrapping up your week with me here on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, a supersized episode stuffed full of a lot of Grammy content to get you ready for Sunday's award show, and also a visit from Hamilton himself. It's going to be a fun show, and there's a fun aspect to the Grammy Awards where you could be a winner too. No, you don't have to be nominated. You can go to Potawatomi Sportsbook and watch the huge wall of screens. If college basketball's coming up, going to be a hopping spot. Super Bowl coming up, going to be a hopping spot. You can put your bets down on any of your favorite sports, from football to hockey. Well, now, Potawatomi's also getting in on the fun award season. You were able to wager on the Golden Globes. You will be able to put some wagers on the Academy Awards coming up next in March 15th. But for Sunday's Grammy Awards, if you're a huge music fan and you think Bad Bunny's going to sweep, you can actually put your money where your mouth is and have some fun at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. So Austin Herdina, the manager of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, really fun guy. He's going to join me in about 5 or 10 minutes here in the WTMJ studio. We'll see who he thinks is going to win some Grammys and what fun they have planned there at Potawatomi Hotel Casino. But I start off with, I'll just say it, a bummer that affects a lot of generations of entertainment lovers. Remembering Canadian actress Catherine O'Hara. I don't know if you saw the news today, but earlier this afternoon, it was announced that Catherine O'Hara, not a great mom on screen, but I think a good mom off camera, between her role in Schitt's Creek and other roles, and of course as Kevin's mom in Home Alone.
No, that's not it.
What else could we be forgetting?
Kevin!
But that's just one of so many iconic roles that she has had over a 50-year career. And I just started watching The Studio finally last night, watched the first 2 episodes. Catherine O'Hara is in that, and she was nominated for a Golden Globe as part of that show. And unfortunately, she wasn't at the Golden Globes. She didn't attend that ceremony earlier this month, and she's passed away after what's being called, quote, a brief illness at 71 years old. And, she had a wide range. She could be that hyperactive and manic personality that you saw in Maura Schitt's Creek, that character. And then you also saw her in Beetlejuice. She was very memorable in Beetlejuice, which is an over-the-top Tim Burton movie anyway. But here she is wanting to do some interior decorating.
I'm here with you. I will live with you in this hellhole, but I must express myself. If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me.
But she got to play such a range of characters starting out at SCTV in Canada with so many other great comedians and actors like Eugene Levy, who she wound up being in Schitt's Creek with. And she won so many awards, multiple Emmys, a Golden Globes. She won SAG Awards, Canadian Screen Awards. And if you've got a role that you'd love to remember, feel free. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. I'm here till 9. Love to take your memories of Catherine O'Hara and how she's made you laugh, or maybe it was an unexpected performance that you thought was deeper, like in The Last of Us. 855-616-1620 is the number here. 855-616-1620. And in doing some research and revisiting, I found a TMZ video, and it was labeled Catherine O'Hara's favorite role. It's like, what's this going to be? I'll tell you what, she comes across as one of the nicest people at the airport. She immediately says, "Well, Mom, I'm proud of being a mom." And they're like, "Okay, well, more professional." And she's like, "Well, his partner," pointing to the guy that she's with. So it's nice to know that she didn't have her head in the clouds, wasn't obnoxious, and really valued real life, and then these acting roles as ways to tell stories. So Home Alone, Beetlejuice, all that Second City TV work, worth looking up to see if you can stream it. And of course, I still think Schitt's Creek is a great series. Maura, her character was one of those that was really unlikable at first, and then was like all the family evolved into be likable. But this is from one of the very first episodes.
We will end up on our feet in no time. course, by then our feet will be shoeless and filthy and mangled from walking on cigarette butts and broken beer bottles.
So, like I said, a range and just a lot of laughs. And not only was she a lovely actress, she was in Nightmare Before Christmas. She was Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas. And she also sang. This is a moment of her singing Sally's song.
Sense there's something in the wind that feels like tragedies at hand.
And other notable movie credits. You remember she was in those mockumentaries, Best in Show, which is a classic, and A Mighty Wind, more for music fans. So again, look up some of Catherine O'Hara's great roles and enjoy some of the artwork that she has left with us as part of her legacy. And I can also recommend The Studio as Patty Lee, where she plays a studio executive who, I'm only 2 episodes in, who gets bounced out. I'm interested to see the rest of her career trajectory in The Studio. So sad news, and I will tell you, I bumped into one of my Good Karma Brands teammates, a 20-something gal named Allie Archambault, and Allie was like, okay, I have a big question for you. I was like, okay, what is the question? She's like, tell me that you're going to talk about Catherine O'Hara tonight. And I said, absolutely. That's how I'm starting the show, by remembering her career and inviting WTMJ fans to share their memories of Catherine O'Hara, because she really, if you think about it, like I said, transcends so many generations, going back to the late 70s and early 80s with Canadian comedy and all the way through now in these streaming shows. So condolences to her family, to her friends, and all of her fans, remembering Catherine O'Hara tonight. And you're welcome to share your thoughts and memories on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. Catherine O'Hara, she won an Emmy Award for her work in the comedy Schitt's Creek in 2020. And the last Emmy she had won was back in 1982 when for her comedy writing for SCTV Network 90. And she didn't get a Grammy nomination, even though she sang as Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas. But lots of artists on Sunday will be showing up and showing off in L.A. for the Grammys. Who to watch for, who you think may win, and a way to be a real winner yourself on Grammy night. Potawatomi Sportsbook manager Austin Herdina joins me in the WTMJ studio next on What's on Tap.
Here's to a Wisconsin winter you will always remember. To playing outdoors in a winter wonderland. Here's to cozying up around the fire and holding someone close. And to staying downtown, where the food scene makes your heart sing. And to celebrating moments frozen in time. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your winter getaway at travelwisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Take your family to the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford for the all-you-can-eat Wednesday and Friday haddock fish fry for $8.99. Wow. You'll pay twice that elsewhere. Desserts or buy one, get one free. Google The Mineshaft. Call and reserve your table, The Mineshaft.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
If you missed this.
And your coach, Kurt Signetti, can you describe him? What is he like?
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He's definitely unique. He's all about the business, kind of all the time. And as I'm sure everybody's seen on TV, he's never satisfied. He's always got that look on his face. He's always kind of mad about something. So. That's pretty much
it's like John. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Catch up on the Wisconsin's Afternoon News podcast at WTMJ.com. Presented by Dave Drakamp Heating.
I'm Libby Collins. This week we talk with livestock broker John Kane from Raising Cane Farms about why beef prices have become so high.
We have the highest quality beef in the world, by far. So the beef that's imported is generally more trim for burgers. It's hard to beat the U.S. when it comes to genetics and production and so forth.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday. It's a supersized episode of What's on Tap here with you till 9 o'clock. So that means you get a bonus hour and a visit with a Wisconsin woman who is nominated for a Grammy Award. You'll get to meet Cheryl Pavelski, and we'll talk some other Grammy chat. But if you're making plans for this weekend, I'm here to help you make the most of your weekend thrills and entertainment. And I get to visit Wisconsin's Morning News on Thursday mornings with a fun conversation about some of the different things you can see and do. And these are some highlights here on the Weekend Trend.
This is the Weekend Trend with Sandy Maxx.
Weekend.
The Weekend Trend is presented by 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities.
Let's go. Weekend Trend indeed brought to you by 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities. And the Weekend Trend is assembled by host of What's on Tap, WTMJ's Sandy Maxx.
I thought you meant the three of us assembling.
You do the assembling.
Weekend assemble.
Yes. Curating. Yeah, it's another.
The curating. That's a better word.
It's another winter weekend. And Eric, last weekend, when you weren't here, Neil Doyle was in, and it was sub-zero.
At this time, it was about 13 below.
And it was. I didn't feel good encouraging everybody to and even Waukesha Jamboree had to cancel some things. You know, it's like, bless their hearts.
Always,
they try to have the Winterfest to embrace it. So as much as I will have some options to go out and about and enjoy Wisconsin, stay in and stream is my first category. And there are a couple things you might want to know. Shrinking. I love Harrison Ford.
Love that show.
Is back for season 3 on Apple TV Plus as of this weekend.
Exactly when?
I don't know exactly when. No, but it's out now.
Does it drop? Oh, it is?
Yes.
3?
Yeah.
All right, I'm double
Okay,
checking.
So that, for those who haven't seen that, can you argue
Been
that
waiting on that one.
It's Ted Lasso-y, right?
Yes.
When you
Yeah,
argue,
it's got vibes,
It's got
feels.
little hints of Ted Lasso.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
don't we all need a little bit of hopefulness and
agreed, yeah.
positivity, but
Absolutely.
also tempered with not over? Because Ted Lasso could have just been sappy and annoying, but that's what made it fun, is the depth of it and his evolutions and mental health challenges. So
Do you happen to know, do they drop the whole thing at once, or is it like they leaking it out? I'm asking you too much about it. Move
No,
along to your
I
next
wish
one.
I know. I don't know if they dropped
Well, about
all
the
at once.
Bridgerton then.
Exactly. Bridgerton season 4, part 1, just stringing you along if you're
of
into
course.
the period.
That's all on the Netflix, yeah.
I feel it's like the cotton candy Downton Abbey. It's like colorful costumes, good music, but just it's much more of a soap opera than Downton Abbey ever was.
All the things you really like. Right?
I've been told by the ladies
Yes.
that Bridgerton season 1 cannot be beat. That was the best, and it hasn't
I think
been
they
as
raised the
saucy
bar. Yeah,
since.
yeah. And they're shifting the focus now to Benedict Bridgerton.
Of course
Now, if
they
you put
are.
Benedict Cumberbatch in
right.
this thing, then I'm in. I'm all the way in on season 4. But this should be a lot of fun. And I also like the way they use music in Bridgerton.
Okay.
So somebody in your circle is probably quite squeaky excited about Bridgerton returning. And if you're really into film, Sundance Film Festival, they are streaming some of the selections, so you don't have to go to Utah. And there are some buzzy films like Chris Pine, which I'll watch anything with Chris Pine in, but Chris Pine is
We're learning a lot about Sandy.
just say, I guess
today.
so. Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, Jason Bateman,
Harrison Ford.
Oh, that's right. I heard it. I'm just name checking all my favorite actors right now. But Chris Pine is in a romantic drama with Jenny Slate called Carousel. Also, Channing Tatum and Gemma Chan are in Josephine, which has got a lot of buzz about a family struggling after a child sees a traumatic event. So some of those more profound films in award season. And then on screen, if you want to go to the movies, an incredible experience. I interviewed the creator last night. Jean-Francois Alcolea is coming to town with Right in the Eye is the name of this cinematic concert experience. 2 performances at 4 and at 7 at the Oriental Theater tomorrow. So what you will see on the screen are 12 different short films made almost 100 years ago, silent films by Georges Méliès, this French cinematic pioneer and also an illusionist. But these silent films are accompanied by 3 musicians playing 50 different kinds of instruments. So you see piano and drums and guitar, but some of the other instruments are things that are found, like plastic lids, wine glasses, but also those really unusual instruments like the theremin, that pole where you don't touch it and it makes those spooky sounds. And something called an ocean harp, which is a bowl that has all these little bronze rods on it. So it's going to be visually stimulating, musically stimulated. I don't think it's an experience you will ever have again. And think about it. These silent films were made almost 100 years ago. Seeing it in the Oriental Theater, which was built in 1927 and is just a historic, beautiful space to be in.
Have done that. Have been at the Oriental to see one of those really old movies with the live bands before. It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's definitely something you remember.
So I can suggest that, and good for all ages. It's Right in the Eye is the name of it. Saturday at 4 and at 7 at the Oriental Theater. Also out in the cinemas, Melania the documentary. Send Help, the horror film with Rachel Adams.
So you call that a horror film? Is that what that is?
It looks like it. The people stranded on a desert island, and I was on IMDb doing research. Like, she's pretty much blood spattered, and then it says from the director of Evil Dead 2 and some other title.
Evil Dead 2 is a classic.
Well, so I'm thinking,
hilarious.
I'm thinking it is going to be horror.
Is it?
Is she the good guy?
Protagonist?
Yeah.
What I have is it follows crash survivors trapped on a remote island with deadly secrets. And directed by Sam Raimi, who is known for those high-tension scares.
Yeah, too much boo scare for me. Too much jump scare.
But it looks like it's got some like black comedy in it, or I don't know. I'm fascinated by this movie because I can't figure out what it's about.
You can go to the theater. We look forward to your review. Send Help is that name. And then if you dig just plain old action, Shelter with Jason Statham. Other ways to entertain yourself indoors. Museum Days goes on through Sunday. Lots of deals and discounts and fun freebies at over 30 different museums.
What about the winter festivals? What are we doing outside?
Oh, if you want to embrace it, I love this. Lake Geneva Winterfest is really cool, and it's the right weather for all of these ice sculpting teams from around the world up and down Riviera Park there and Main Street. And so they are carving now. And then the actual carvings will be up Saturday and Sunday. And they've got other funds like bonfires, but it's really a fun, Lake Geneva is just a great spot to hang out anyway. And then if you want to go really cold, go up north. Lake Superior Ice Festival is happening Friday and Saturday.
Let me tell you about an ice festival.
Yeah, they know how to embrace it. And also the Recraft and Relic Winter Market at the Milwaukee County Sports Complex Saturday and Sunday. And if you want to laugh, David Spade is at the Riverside Friday night.
David Spade.
A little snark, a little sarcasm.
I like that better the first time when it was called, right? Remember that was always his line?
Bye-bye. He was one of those.
He would do the movie reviews. Yeah, I liked it better the first time when it was like he did Tommy Boy. And then right, and he was in Black Sheep. He's like, yeah, I liked it better the first time when it was called Tommy Boy.
Yep.
And thus the snark.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you. That is the weekend trend, a fun way to share some of the highlights of what's going on around Milwaukee and Wisconsin on the weekend. I get to join Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstad from Wisconsin's Morning News on Thursdays at 9:40, and every now and then reshare it with you here on a Friday. And thank you for joining me for What's on Tap. We are going to get you psyched for the Grammys at a place that maybe you didn't think of to go watch the Grammys and maybe even win on the Grammys. My next guest is Potawatomi Sportsbook Manager Austin Herdina. He will join me on What's on Tap next to chat Grammys and even Super Bowl plans. Stay with us.
It's Gina Della. You've heard me define what makes Pella Windows and Doors different. Let me introduce you to the woman behind the billboards, commercials, and share my extraordinary journey of resilience, reinvention, and shattering glass ceilings every Saturday morning at 6:30 on 620 WTMJ and anywhere you stream podcasts for What's the Difference with Gina Della to discuss business coaching across all industries, featuring successful executives, entrepreneurs, and mentors along the way. This is a story you won't want to miss.
She's been putting off knee surgery for years, and she had a trip coming up to Ireland, and she knew she was going to be walking a lot more than she had become accustomed to. So she finally took a chance and called for an appointment. And it ended up helping her. She was able to do the walking and sightseeing pain-free. It led to an enjoyable trip, and I think we're going to be able to help her live a better life going forward. One that won't let pain stand in her way any longer. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. And these are the kind of real-life stories I love to hear. Pain can take so much away from us. And when we can alleviate that kind of pain, it makes our purpose here at Rejuvenex that much more fulfilling. Don't let pain stand in your way any longer. Every day is precious. Take that next step. Schedule your appointment at Rejuvenex and start living your life again. Take a look at our Google reviews to learn more.
Independent Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The only place to get this.
The Bucks fall on the road. They have now lost 4 consecutive games in 7 of their last 8.
With some of this.
I think Giannis has got a wandering eye, and I could see a divorce, yada, 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 all of it for years. We've dealt with it, but he did acknowledge. I think it starts to wear on you, and I think it can kind of break you down.
Get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ. While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
These protests are huge, they're large, and I've been around that one as well as the first one around the killing of Renee Good.
Entertainment.
The 2 movies you really got to see are One Battle After Another and Sinners.
And more.
Woodman's was named one of the top grocery stores in the country. It's a big deal.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Golden, just one of many songs nominated for the Grammy Awards. Coming up on Sunday night on CBS, starts at 7. Oh, it'll probably go long, till at least 10 or 10:30. I think it's scheduled to go to 10:30, and you know how these awards shows go. Might go a little bit longer, but it's all the more a way to soak up the fun and the fashion and the music. And one of the best places to go and watch it on a huge screen is the Potawatomi Sportsbook at Potawatomi Hotel Casino. And joining me is a really fun person. I enjoyed our last visit. Austin Herdina is back, Potawatomi Sportsbook manager. How are you, Austin?
Excellent. Thanks for having me again. I'm sorry I'm not there in person, but I'm still thrilled to be talking with you again.
That's all right. I know you're a busy man. You got all sorts of preparations and for all sorts of events, but I'm glad that you could join me on the phone and tell me what's going on at Potto on Sunday for the Grammys.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we have Grammy Award betting if you want to come in and bet on, like, the album of the year, best new artist, song of the year. I think we all have that friend that, you know, likes to predict every single Grammy Award, and they all feel like they're perfect, and all, you know, like they're bragging about how they knew that was going to happen. Well, now you can come and put your money on it and try to win some money from us. So come to the sports book, take a look at the categories that we have, and if there's something in there that you think's going to win, you can come bet it with us.
And you were great when you joined me just before that Packers-Bears playoff game and teaching me exactly how to do this, because I was like, oh, can you do it online? This is not an online thing, but you can stop in and pop in because you have how many kiosks all around Potawatomi to make these kinds of fun bets either on award shows or on sports.
Yeah, we have 94 kiosks throughout the property, with a lot of them are right across from the parking garage if you enter on that level. And then we also have a lot around the sportsbook space. If you're coming in, just if you're going to a kiosk, you're going to look for the category that says TV and novelty, and then that's going to show you the award shows such as the Grammys and the Oscars. And if you're looking at, you know, betting anything else, all the sports and stuff, we have that as well. But if you want to come to the counter, if you have any questions, that's where our fantastic, friendly team is. So if you have any questions at all, we're happy to help.
Because this really is fun, and there are a lot of names that people know. And what I also love, based on what I've seen, Austin, is you can't wager on every single category because there are so many, from best album cover to, you know, progressive R&B. You know, there are a whole lot of different categories, but you have best album, best dance pop record, best new artist, and song of the year. Are there any other categories that you have?
We have just those 4 this year. So it's a little bit smaller for us this year. I know that we're kind of still ramping things up. I know, like, I looked ahead to the Oscars. I see we have 18 categories right now already. So the Grammys not quite as much, but we have the big ones.
I would say you have the most important and the buzziest ones. So I took a peek. Have you seen the favorites lately?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now, actually. Yeah.
Oh, well, then do the official report, because they might have changed since I checked this morning. Who is the favorite right now for Album of the Year?
Favorite for album of the year, right now we're seeing Bad Bunny. For his album that came out, it's minus 150. So what that means is you'd be betting ratio of 1.5 will win you 1. So minus 150 is like if you wanted to bet, $15, you're going to win 10 more. You're going to get 25 back.
I like that math.
Yeah. So that's the favorite, right? So you're putting up a little bit more than what you would get. But if you're looking for more of like a longer shot, like let's look at the Mayhem album by Lady Gaga, that's plus 335. So your $10 on that would get you 33.50 more. So you're getting 43.50 back.
All right. What are Wisconsin bettors thinking for the best dance pop record?
Best, you know what? I don't really have the best dance moves. I'm not really one to judge and figure out who the best is. But right now, the favorite, pretty overwhelmingly heavy favorite, is Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. That's minus 1,000 right now. So that's what we kind of call in our industry a shoe-in, where he just kind of seems like, nothing's a guarantee, but it certainly looks like that's going to win.
I would say she might not win best album of the year, but it sounds like she's got dance pop record. The fans are supporting that. And then this is a big category for people. Best new artist. Who is the favorite right now of all the nominees?
You know what? The favorite right now is Olivia Dean at minus 625. So another heavy favorite. We got 8 different people in that category. There's a long shot in there at 33 to 1. Somber. I'm a fan of his music, so maybe he has a chance. 33 to 1.
Austin, unfortunately, your phone is chopping up on us, and we're having a hard time hearing you. I heard you say there are 8 different nominees, which I see. And you said Somber is the long shot?
Yeah, Somber is the long shot at 33 to 1. I like some of his music, so I think that might be worth a little bit of a bet.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I want to talk more because I want to find out who the favorite is for Song of the Year, if it matches my instinct. But let's take a quick break. Let's see if we can get a stronger connection with you because you got good info. I'm hanging on every word and it's starting to clip. So hang with us. He is Austin Herdina, the Potawatomi Sportsbook Manager. See if we get technology to behave for us and talk more Grammys and the fun that is planned at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on Sunday. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature, sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Today we're talking about something that affects all of us, staying on top of our health. Joining us is Dr. Teresa Mottman, a primary care physician, here to explain why yearly checkups and routine screenings are key to catching issues early and keeping you feeling your best. Dr. Mottman, thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely.
Why are yearly checkups and screenings so important?
Yearly checkups are really important for everybody. It gives us a chance to look at your overall health and not just treat symptoms or chronic diseases. We monitor changes year to year, and we can catch issues early. It also gives us a chance to talk to our patients about lifestyle habits so that we can prevent future chronic disease.
What typically happens during yearly checkups?
We review our patient's medical history, their medications, their vital signs. We'll do a physical exam, and we'll decide what type of testing that people will need, screening tests or labs, based on their age and any risk factors they have.
People sometimes say they feel fine and they maybe skip their annual checkup or screening. Why is that a bad idea?
Many health conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and even the early stages of cancers often develop without any symptoms at all. Screening tests are designed to detect these issues before symptoms develop. If you skip them, it can delay detection and reduce the chances of catching a condition at an early stage. And that's when it's most important for treatment and for the greatest impact.
What are some of the more common annual screenings?
Common ones are blood pressure, we'll check cholesterol, diabetes, and there's cancer screenings like colonoscopies and mammograms. We also do mental health screenings as well. Your personal list will really depend upon your age, your gender, your family history, and other risk factors.
At what age should people start getting screenings?
It really varies. Some screenings start as early as 20s and 30s. Other screenings, like some of the cancer screenings, will start around age 40 or 50.
Dr. Mottman, thank you for being with us today. To find a doctor that's right for you, visit Freightert.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Thanks for hanging out with me on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. I am Sandy Maxx, joined by Austin Herdina, the Potawatomi Sportsbook Manager, because the Grammys are coming up on Sunday in Austin. Pato is going to be a place to be. Are you going to have the Grammys up on the screens at the sportsbook?
Yeah, we'll have it on the screens as well. It depends on what's going on in the sports world. I'm not quite sure exactly what we have on tap for Sunday night. But it's either going to be, if it's not sports, it'll be the Grammys, and we'll at least have it on screen, maybe with some closed captioning if it's not on audio.
That's great. And plus, it's eye candy. You know, all the performers. If you're watching sports, but all of a sudden, if you were watching last year and you saw Benson Boone in his powder blue jumpsuit do a flip off of a piano, I think you'd be like, hey, what is that?
That was awesome. I've rewatched that video like 3 times.
It's fascinating. He doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't miss a moment. And that was one of the things that I loved about watching the Grammys in real time last year, because as fascinating as that acrobatic performance is, to have watched it all the way from when he's sitting down at a table wearing a tuxedo, stands up, all of a sudden it's a tearaway tuxedo, and he just starts singing and running up there and belting that song out and didn't miss a beat, Austin.
Yeah, it was really impressive. You never know who's going to be the next big star. You know, that's why it's fun to watch, because, you know, a year ago, I think not everybody knew who Benson Boone was, but I'm sure they do now.
Yeah, and playing Summerfest last summer was all the rave. So we were talking about also, not only can you watch it at Potawatomi Sportsbook on Sunday, you can also bet on a few of the categories, which is a fun way to kind of spread out. If you already enjoy fantasy sports of football and baseball, or, you know, maybe putting a bet down on who's going to win the game, you can put a bet down on who's going to win a category. So, Austin, we got a much stronger connection now. So thanks, because you were given some great knowledge, because you're going through the categories and what you've seen so far for Album of the Year. Bad Bunny is the favorite.
Yes.
And then Lady Gaga, the favorite for Dance Pop Record, but like taking it away. Like everybody thinks Lady Gaga is going to win with Abracadabra.
Yeah, at minus 1,000, the odds that we have on that, that tells you that basically if you bet $10, you're only going to win $1 more. Like, it's that big of a favorite. So sometimes if you feel like that is, you know, not what you're thinking and you think someone else has a chance, gives you an opportunity to win a lot of money for a small amount if you were to take one of the longer shots. But another good category is Best New Artist. Olivia Dean is the favorite. And then Song of the Year. Right now it is Golden from the Hunter X, I believe.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yes.
And Hunter X is the band. Huntress.
Yes, that is a movie that I know my kid has watched a lot. So I'm sure she'd be voting for that.
But now, is Golden as strong of a favorite with Wisconsin bettors right now as Lady Gaga in that Dance Pop record? Really? I feel like this Golden record's just going to take it away for Song of the Year.
I mean, it's definitely possible. Right now, it's minus 400, so it's still, again, it's a considerable favorite. So just a real quick lesson. So minus 400, what that means is how much you would wager to win 100. But you don't have to wager that amount. That's just the ratio. So basically, for every 4 you put up, you're going to win back 1. So if you wanted to come in and you think that's going to win and you're really confident about that, you know, you can put $20 down, you're going to win $5.
And you made your money back and then some. So that sounds all right to me. Thank you for explaining that math, because I was going to say, you know, what's enough to kind of play and have fun and actually feel like you got a thrill and had some fun, but, you know, and what's the usual amount, an average amount that a player will play?
Well, there's all different kind of players. I mean, We got a lot of people that come in that are betting like $5, $10, $20 on things. You know, some people are certainly more. But if you're taking like some of the longer shots, sometimes that's just worth like your $5 minimum bet. Because you can come away with a lot. So like if maybe you like Lolo Young to be the best new artist at 14-1, $10 on that to win 140 more, you're getting $150 back for your $10.
And that's a thrill.
Favorite.
That's more than just bragging rights.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for adding the fun of the award shows, because we talked about Golden Globes a few weeks ago, and we'll be talking about the Academy Awards, and I might even be planning a party at Potawatomi Sportsbook, which I think would be a great place to watch the Academy Awards. So thank you for adding this layer to already the well-known sports. And speaking of well-known sports, so we've got the Grammys this Sunday. I have to think you're going to be busy on Sunday, February 8th, Super Bowl Sunday. What is planned at the Potawatomi Sportsbook?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, we'll have all of our windows open, from morning through the evening. So, hopefully if you come in, you're not going to be waiting in the line, or if you are, it's a very short time. We have all 10 betting windows, all 94 kiosks, a lot of team members around to help you. But yeah, come on in for the Super Bowl. We have pretty surprising matchup. I mean, both teams were long shots when the season started. Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. Seattle is a 4.5-point favorite right now. So if you're betting them, you're betting that they're going to win by 5 or more. If you like New England on the spread, you're getting 4.5 points. So your bet will win if New England wins, or if New England loses by 1, 2, 3, or 4. So it's one of those things where if you think it's going to be a close game and it could be a toss-up, you'd rather be on the underdog, because that way you still win even if they lose by only 1, 2, 3, or 4.
And then you get to flesh out all those funny prop bets of heads or tails, and how many times somebody touches their nose. It's they get deep, don't they?
It's a lot more than the average game. So like during the average game during the season, we'll have about 400 to 450 prop bets. But for the Super Bowl right now, we have I just missed the number. Right now we have 1,184, I think it is. And then we're going to be adding more. We'll have even more come next week when the game's getting closer.
And what's the best way to find out what all those prop bets are and check them?
Yeah, so if you want to look at it on your phone so you can see what all the options are before you come in, head to Potawatomi.com, click on the Sportsbook. You'll see a link that brings you to our Sportsbook odds page, and that will allow you to look at all the different markets, all the different choices that we have right now. You can put parlays together if you'd like. So if you have things that you want to put it together in a parlay, and then once you put the amount in, it's going to build a QR code. So that way, when you come to the Sportsbook, all you have to do is show us that QR code, and we scan it, and the ticket is all done. Like, you don't have to come rattle off.
I was just going to say, make notes in your notes app or something. Yeah, you get it all right there and saved in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how fun. He is Austin Herdina, Potawatomi Sportsbook Manager, and I love it that you're getting your Grammys on in addition to all the football fun. And stop by during the day or all the way up to showtime. When will the Grammy Awards wagering end?
At the moment, it's set to go off at the beginning of Sunday. So sometimes some of the news will start to kind of leak a little bit, and we don't want to have any sort of risk of that happening.
Sure.
So we do turn it off the morning of the event.
Okay, so stop by Potto Saturday night. Put in your Grammy Awards instincts and bets and go with your gut and have some fun.
That's right. Yeah, come on into the Sportsbook. We're happy to welcome you.
Thank you so much, Austin Herdina, Potawatomi Sportsbook Manager. Stop by, say hey to him. He is the host with the most. Always a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you, Sandy.
All right, talk with you again. And next, some things to watch for at the Grammys. Because if you're like, don't know, why would I even watch? There are some good reasons to be entertained. I'll share those with you next on What's on Tap.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Whether you're a bird enthusiast or you simply enjoy the sights and sounds of nature, Enchanted Gardens Cardinal Mix Premium Bird Food Blend is a must-have year-round. Pick up a 20-pound bag. On sale now through February 8th. View our entire selection of wildlife products on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer and find all of the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
One of the nominees for, is it best? This is where it always gets best record of the year. And the difference between record of the year and song of the year at the Grammys is record is the fully produced song, and song of the year is the award for the songwriting, for the lyrics and the music, not necessarily for the production. So I was trying to help us untangle some of the many categories. Interesting, though, there are two new Grammy categories this year. Best album cover, that's long overdue, and best traditional country album, which I think is interesting because it's kind of the country that I like the most, but I think that means new artists are making older sounding music. Music just continues to evolve and express ourselves. But Grammys on Sunday, it's we have one Wisconsin woman that you want to root for. You'll meet Cheryl Pavelski in our bonus hour on What's on Tap, and she is nominated for Best Historical Album for a box set called You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. And Doc Pomus wrote a lot of music that you would absolutely recognize if you've ever listened to any Elvis music or any oldies music, one of those really influential artists. So rooting for Cheryl for Best Historical Album. But who has the most nominations? I will tell you after reminding you that Trevor Noah is hosting The Comedian, and this is his 6th and final season. He's an executive producer, interestingly enough, on the Grammys, but why is he hosting? I find it even more interesting now that I know that he's an executive producer. As of last month, they couldn't find anybody else to host. I think they just weren't. I think they had different criteria. They could have called around here. I'm sure there's more than one person who would have raised their hand here to say, hey, I would host. But so Trevor Noah is going to host. I'm expecting he'll be funny. It's live on CBS and Paramount Plus. Kendrick Lamar, who was last year's Super Bowl halftime show, 9 nominations. He is the leader with that many nominations. Following with 7 nominations, Lady Gaga, Jack Antonoff, and Circuit. And with 6 nominations, the man who's playing this year's Super Bowl halftime show is Bad Bunny. Also, R&B star Leon Thomas, Sabrina Carpenter, who you just heard. And, I did this yesterday. Serban Genea, Genea. I hate it when I don't sound like, like I'm hip. Like this song, which I think is absolutely adorable.
Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
It looks like APT period. Apata. This is Rosé, a K-pop star, and Bruno Mars together, nominated for Record of the Year. But isn't that just a fun song? I could root for that. But interestingly, when Rosé, when she performs, she'll be the first solo K-pop artist to perform at the Grammys, which is a pretty big milestone in global pop culture. And you'll also see a lot of performances by all those names: Bruno Mars and Rosé, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, Tyler, the Creator, and Pharrell Williams. There's a lot to enjoy. And as ever, there will be surprises. I think there are always some sort of surprises that you just don't expect, and artists that you may discover, which is also what I like when you see these performances. So tune in Sunday starting at 7 till 10:30. So if you don't want to stay up for every single moment, I will be recapping the show on Monday. But I think there are going to be some fun reasons to watch, and I'll keep sharing those with you. And the song that you hear next is a song that I really think I think it's a shoo-in to be Song of the Year at the Grammy Awards. It's a song from a hit animated movie. That's a pretty big hint. Turn it up next on What's on Tap.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Maslauger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
This winter, treat yourself or someone you love to a getaway right here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Hotel Month is coming with up to 25% off stays from January 14th through February 28th. From cozy boutique hideaways to modern downtown favorites, you'll find the perfect place for any kind of getaway. Enjoy world-class theater, inspiring museums, and award-winning dining, all paired with a warm, welcoming place to unwind after a full day of exploring the Brew City. Check in, chill out, and make winter feel a world away at visitmilwaukee.org/hotelmonth.
Get ready, Bucks fans. Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty is taking you courtside. Bucks Insiders is your inside look at player updates, game previews, and exclusive analysis with special guests all season long.
Guys are like having fun, like there's a real energy.
Powered by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in every Thursday at 12:35. Only on Wisconsin's Midday News. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Grammys on Sunday, and I think you're going to see some K-pop Demon Hunters performances. Huntrix is the name of the band from the movie, and Golden could be awarded Grammy for Song of the Year on Sunday night. It's the song you need to hear that was just an absolute sensation this year. Golden, the song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에 given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem child, 'cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author, and founder of the Neal Group. Well, you made it. 2025 is in the books. Or is it? Are your books ready for 2026? Have you been able to plan for 2026 growth? Stop running your business on a wing and a prayer. Or if you feel like you are running your business on a wing and a prayer, let us help you make sense of your numbers and get your business in financial shape to move forward in 2026. Don't be stuck in the past trying to clean up your books. Get a head start on making 2026 your best year yet. Make the new tax laws work for you to put more money in your pocket. Call us now to see what your business can do. The first meeting is free. Call 414-325-2040 now. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. 20 to 30 pounds. How about a month or two? Call for your free weight loss consultation. 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180. Or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. The Justice Department releasing an avalanche of files linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
It's an enormous trove.
More than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says much is still being withheld. Some because it amounts to depictions of child sexual abuse, or it might violate the privacy of Epstein's victims. Blanche says all photos of women, with the exception of Ghislaine Maxwell, have been redacted.
We did not redact images of any men.
In past releases, critics have accused the Justice Department of redacting too much, including the names of Epstein's alleged co-conspirators. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Outside Atlanta and around the nation, it was a day of protests against ICE operations. This one of the students who walked out of class at their Swanee, Georgia high school.
I have seen so much stuff online and seeing how it's affecting my friends. And for years, I have felt powerless, and seeing other schools in the county being able to do this, I wanted to do something.
Reporter Don Lemon has been released from custody in Los Angeles on his own recognizance. He was arrested and charged with federal civil rights charges over his coverage of anti-immigration protests at a Minnesota church. Lemon outside the courthouse.
And I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court.
A massive snowstorm headed toward the southeast this weekend. 1,000 flights scheduled for tomorrow are already canceled. The Carolinas and Georgia declaring a state of emergency as forecasters warn of heavy snow and blizzard conditions. Award-winning actress and comedian Catherine O'Hara has died, known for her roles in beloved shows and films like Beetlejuice, Home Alone, and SCTV. And she played Moira Rose on the TV show Schitt's Creek.
Gossip is the devil's telephone. Best to just hang up.
Cause of death not given. Catherine O'Hara was 71. You're listening to ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, our credit card bill came and it's higher than last month.
How? We haven't charged anything.
Paying the minimum isn't enough. It will keep getting higher until we take control. We need to go to 47fastcash.com.
With our bad credit?
47fastcash.com can help any credit type get approved for up to $5,000 in minutes.
Take control and get the money you need at 47fastcash.com. 47fastcash.com.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Luigi Mangione will not face the death penalty in his federal case.
In an order issued this morning, Judge Margaret Garnett dismissed 2 counts of the federal indictment against Luigi Mangione, effectively taking the death penalty off the table for prosecutors who say they're not prepared to say whether they plan to appeal the decision. The accused killer is now set to go on trial in Manhattan this fall, with jury selection scheduled for September 8th and opening statements set for October 12th. Peter Haralambous, ABC News, New York.
The Treasury Department has imposed new sanctions against 6 Iranian officials that the administration says are responsible for the regime's brutal crackdown on protesters. A new study suggesting using AI for breast cancer screenings could reduce the number of false positives.
More than 100,000 Swedish women were randomly assigned to have their mammograms reviewed, half of them by 2 trained human radiologists and the other half using an AI model that had been trained on over 200,000 images. The journal Lancet Oncology reporting that using AI reduced the number of false positives by nearly 10% and drastically cut down on the time it takes to review the scans. This is the first such trial like this. Doctors say it's promising, but they add the use of such models with AI should come with continuous performance monitoring. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
And Sony Pictures has released a first look at the 4 actors who are playing the Beatles in the new major motion picture. The 4 films are slated for release in 2028. Dave Packer, ABC News.
It's a robber, and if you ignore it, it will just keep taking and taking. I know how pain can consume you. It steals the fun out of life. It steals your energy. And it's just a dark cloud over a lot of people's lives, even on the sunniest of days. But your joint pain does not have to rob you of your life or your happiness. Because at Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that can rejuvenate your life. In a world where big box healthcare has driven pain treatment costs through the roof and has made it look like joint replacements are your only option, Rejuvenex has kept pain treatment affordable for almost anyone. And for most with insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, we've seen pain treatment paid for by insurance with zero out-of-pocket cost to our patients. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. Don't let pain rob you. Take action today so we can help make your joint pain go away.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Call today and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
The proof is in the pudding. Advertisers that hire us stick with us for years and years because they trust us. Because we always promptly respond to customer needs And because bottom line, we get results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com's Our Clients page to see who trusts us. And check out a long list of real advertising success. Then hit the Contact Us button, email me, and I'll call you in short order. Because it's time we grew your business. Anderson-Smith.com. What's it going to cost to make it work? Wrong question. What you need to ask is, what do I have to do to make it work? What do I have to say so that I can truly set my business apart? That's why you call us. To make your ad budget give your message affordable repetition and to relay it in a powerful way to make sure folks remember your business first when their time of need arises. Go to Anderson-Smith.com, email me, and I'll call you ASAP because it's time we grew your business. Anderson-Smith.com.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Happy Friday. I'm Sandy. Thank you for hanging out with me, and lucky us, we get an extra hour to hang out tonight. Here with you till 9 o'clock as we get closer to the Grammys on Sunday. I'm delighted to share local connections to the Grammys. At about 7:35, you're going to meet Malik Johnson, Milwaukee musician and producer who has been involved in 3 Grammy-nominated projects so far. So enjoy that conversation. I'm looking forward to it. And at 8 o'clock, Wisconsin woman Cheryl Pavelski. You might recognize her name. She's got 4 Grammys already and is nominated for another one for Best Historical Album. She went to Marquette, went to Pius, and has been... She co-founded Omnivore Recordings, a label that specifically preserves the legacies of all kinds of artists. For example, the Grammys that she's won so far were for Hank Williams, for Mr. Rogers, and the jazz music that he used to play on the TV show, a collection there. Also, Wilco, the band from Chicago, and also Stax recording artists and songwriters. So what a wide array of music that she's been able to get her hands on and preserve as a legacy. So an hour with Cheryl Pavelski, what it's like to go to the Grammy Awards and what it's like to be nominated. Does that come with some nerves? Find out after 8. And speaking of legacies, we found out today that Catherine O'Hara, comedian from Canada, who gave us 5 decades of incredibly different characters. Unfortunately, this afternoon we learned that Catherine O'Hara passed away after what's being called, quote, a brief illness. She was 71 years old and not sure what the illness was, not prying, but I do know that she was nominated for the Golden Globe Awards last month and didn't go to the ceremony because she's part of the studio, that Seth Rogen show, which I just started watching last night, legit, certainly not knowing the news of today. And she's hilarious. And that's a really dense, fast-paced series. So I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it and watching her character of I think it's Patty Lee. That's the name of her character. And she's full of energy. Don't think at age 71 it slowed her down. This is part of her foul-mouthed character answering the door.
Well, don't just stand there like a door dasher. Come in. You know I quit swearing, and you're making me do it.
So see, it was swearing on purpose because she tried to quit. But so just what a great energy. And it's when you think of the movies she's been in over the years, and of course, starting at Second City TV, the epic, informative, influential Canadian comedy troupe that was that was coming up about the same time as National Lampoon and Saturday Night Live. And so she was with Eugene Levy at that time, all the way back then. And then, of course, she and Eugene Levy were in Schitt's Creek together.
We will end up on our feet in no time.
Of course, by then our feet will be shoeless and filthy and mangled from walking on cigarette butts and broken beer bottles.
And her character, Maura, certainly took a journey throughout that series as well. So she really always wound up having some depth, but always hilarious. And I know that's what I mean. Over the generations, people have different stories that she's been a part of. And of course, Home Alone, where, she played not a great mom. She could have been really unlikable, but her character became a classic.
No, that's not it.
What else could we be forgetting?
And it's been amazing how many people have reached out and paid tribute in light of this news of Catherine O'Hara passing away. Macaulay Culkin, who was Kevin in that movie, He wrote on Instagram, "Mama, I thought we had time. I wanted more. I wanted to sit in a chair next to you. I heard you, but I had so much more to say. I love you. I'll see you later." And this seems to be a theme that if you worked with her at any point, you became friends with her, and that she had a really great reputation as being a good person. I shared earlier that I found a TMZ video that said Catherine O'Hara on her favorite role. I was like, oh my gosh, of all the things, what was her favorite character? And she was very sweet and normal and natural at an airport. And she's like, Mom, I like being a mom. And like, oh, no, in a professional career way. And she followed up like being his partner and pointing to the man that she was with. So, not one of those like glamour seeking sunglasses people. She was like, really, this is my job. I enjoy storytelling and making people laugh. And Seth Rogen, who created the studio, his tribute is really don't know what to say. I told O'Hara when I first met her, I thought she was the funniest person I'd ever had the pleasure of watching on screen. Home Alone was the movie that made me want to make movies. Getting to work with her was a true honor. She was hysterical, kind, intuitive, generous. She made me want to make our show good enough to be worthy of her presence in it. This is just devastating. We're all lucky we got to live in a world with her in it, so I just think that's very kind. And Mike Myers, Austin Powers, Canadian, he paid tribute saying, quote, "It is a very sad day for comedy and for Canada. She was one of the greatest comedy artists in history, an inspiration for millions, and above all, a very elegant lady." And Michael Keaton, roll back to Beetlejuice. Remember? She played Dita in that.
I'm here with you. I will live with you in this hellhole, but I must express myself. If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me.
But she wasn't always hysterical. But when she was funny. But Michael Keaton, who starred in Beetlejuice, on his Instagram, he wrote, quote, "We go back before the first Beetlejuice. She's been my pretend wife, my pretend nemesis, and my real life true friend. This one hurts. Man, am I going to miss her." And Tim Burton, remember, she was also the voice of Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas and even sang in that movie.
I sense there's something in the wind.
So see, she really had such a range and left us with lots and lots of, even the mockumentaries. Best in Show, A Mighty Wind. So I would say just look her up next time you're poking through on Netflix or Amazon Prime or looking for something to watch. Catch up on the great career of Catherine O'Hara. She was even in The Last of Us recently with Pedro Pascal. So a real range and a real loss. Great energy and a great creative person. Catherine O'Hara, condolences to her family and her friends and her fans. And as we move on What's on Tap, lots of theater going on. This is now theater season, and if you're looking for something on stage, Cardboard Piano is on stage at Next Acts Theater, put on by Renaissance Theater Works. You have I Am My Own Wife at Milwaukee Chamber Theater, Amadeus at Skylight Music Theater, and you also have, in the musical world, Hamilton through Sunday at Marcus Performing Arts Center, and that is a bucket list show. If you haven't seen it, and you can score even a single ticket, get separate single tickets, and then talk about the show later with your friend, could be way cool. You will meet the man who is starring in the touring company of Hamilton, Tyler Fauntleroy, my guest next on What's on Tap.
Earn now, spend later at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Now through February 11th, rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store. Redeemable just like cash, February 19th to March 4th. Start earning today on select Winchester 9mm ammo, $12.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. Assorted Dots home-style pretzels, just $5.99. And Easy Heat premium wood fuel pellets, just $4.99 a bag. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later just like cash, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on Bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
Republicans in Wisconsin State Assembly passed a bill that would put more regulations on data centers.
Eric Bilstad.
Board members for MPS are moving to sharply limit the role of police in schools.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
Northbound, 2 accidents in the span of less than a mile. We've got one on northbound 43.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, where I get to roll out the red carpet, or maybe the gold carpet, for the star of Hamilton, now at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. Tyler Fauntleroy, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, you are starring in one of the most epic musicals of all time.
Yeah.
Hamilton, how does it feel to be stepping into the role that Lin-Manuel Miranda truly created?
It's amazing. It's humbling. It's so beautiful to be a part of an amazing show and also kind of like musical theater history in a lot of ways, you know, to be a part of the legacy of a show that really kind of changed theater and also really changed pop culture in a lot of ways too. Like
immensely.
It is a humbling thought. Very grateful to be here.
And lit a fire for a lot of people to learn history.
Yes, yes.
Speaking of, what kind of research did you do to become Alexander Hamilton?
It's funny, I'm actually from Virginia. So, you know, the Revolutionary period, it is something that is deeply ingrained in us growing up in Virginia.
Sure, it's landmarks everywhere and in school.
I live very close, like my city is like next to Yorktown. I'm from Hampton, Virginia. So, you know, places like that are like, you know, we take field trips there every year. You know, there's a lot that I already knew, but you'd be surprised that there's a lot about Alexander Hamilton that like just still wasn't taught in my time. So I did more research, you know, learning about like just, yeah, like where he came from and understanding like, oh, this is why this person is always in survival mode. You know what I mean? How can you not be coming from a life like he did? So yeah, it was very, very fascinating to learn and kind of pop the hood and see where he came from, who this guy is.
Did you do 2 levels of research, not just on Alexander Hamilton, the man,
Mm-hmm.
and also on Hamilton, the musical? Because there are documentaries on PBS. You know, is it a twofold research
It's definitely
process?
a twofold thing. I think, you know, it's funny, to your point about the second fold, I've been a fan of Lin for a long time. You know, In the Heights was another musical that changed my life.
In what way?
In the canon of musical theater, there are not a lot of musicals as a black person that you see yourself in, you know? As a young black kid, I was like, it's hard for me to see myself in these stories. The first musical that changed my life was Rent, because I saw, you know, some people that looked like me on stage, and then I saw The Color Purple, and I was like, oh, shoot, okay, you know? And I remember both of those musicals being like, oh, like I didn't know musicals could sound like that, you know?
A little more contemporary?
Yeah, like I didn't know they could sound like that. And that was exciting to me. So In the Heights came out, and I was hooked. I was in high school when I saw it on Broadway when I was in high school. I fell in love with it. I was listening to the soundtrack all the time. And then, like, I remember following Lin on social media, you know, hearing him talk about, like, oh, yeah, I'm working on a new musical, like, you know, it's, you know, new Hamilton and stuff. Like, I was like, oh, man, I'm curious to know, like, what that's going to turn into. And then when he did the opening number at the White House, I was in high school then, and I was like, yo, this is insane. Like, this is crazy, you know? And so to then see R&B hip-hop, like a genre that I grew up enjoying and cultivating a taste for over the course of my life, to see that in its glory in Hamilton was exciting to me, because I was like, oh, wow, people are going to, you know, learn history, but also engage with a genre of music that otherwise I think is misunderstood, and it's going to be seen as the like really amazing force of art that it is.
You can see the music in all its glory, and Tyler Fauntleroy performing as Alexander Hamilton in Hamilton, the American Musical, at the Marcus Performing Arts Center tonight and the rest of this month. Some of Tyler's favorite moments of the show and other insights. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 30th. Are you coming? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
From the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, the nation's border czar says he's working with leaders in Minnesota as he takes over immigrant enforcement operations in the state.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
After Wisconsin's first measles case of the year in Waukesha County, more than 50 people are now under quarantine for possible exposure.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m. Only on WTMJ. Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away
Hamilton, the story of the founding father, Alexander Hamilton, and his fascinating journey through American history. It is at the Marcus Performing Arts Center tonight. Shout out to those who are on their way, but if you're not one of those people, you could see it through February 1st at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. Continuing a chat with my guest, the man who is Hamilton. He is Tyler Fauntleroy, starring in Hamilton, on stage now at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. Tyler, you are now in a very special club of actors who have portrayed Alexander Hamilton in Hamilton, the role that Lin-Manuel Miranda originated. When you get cast in this role, do you get a note or a phone call from Lin himself?
You know, that's funny. I didn't get a note or phone call, but my journey is a very interesting one. I've been in the show for about 3 years, but I've only been playing Hamilton for a year and a half. I started as John Lawrence and Philip Hamilton, and over the course of my time playing that role, I asked if I could understudy Hamilton. So when I got approved to understudy Hamilton, that meant I'm playing John Lawrence every night, but I'm in rehearsals for Hamilton during the day. So rehearsal during the day, show at night. So then you have word soup in your mind.
I would say that's a real challenge.
Oh my gosh. Every time 10 Dual Commandments came, I was like, oh, who am I? Please, please, brain, remember. And then after I was going on for Hamilton every now and then, I got asked to join this company of Hamilton as Hamilton full time.
All that word soup work paid off.
It paid off indeed. To your point, when I had first started understudying Hamilton, before I had taken over the role full time, Pierre Gonzalez, who was the Hamilton I was Lawrence Phillip under, he said to me, he was like, man, welcome to the Green Jacket Society. And I thought that was like really cool. And talking to our associate director, he was like, yeah, you know, once I took over the role full time, he was like, it's really a very short list of people who have played this role. And that's very humbling. It's a blessing.
It's magical. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And for you to have taken the initiative and said, I want to understudy while I'm doing this other role.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like, worst they can say is no, and best case scenario happened. I would not be where I am right now if I hadn't asked that question.
Well done for taking the risk.
Yeah, thank you.
You have a lot of Shakespearean experience on stage as well.
Yeah.
What do you think you bring from your Shakespeare roles into Hamilton?
That has prepared me in so many ways for this. I think it made me love words and language. Shakespeare, that teaches you how to lift the meaning off the page. It helps me think in images of what I'm saying. It forces you to be specific in beautiful ways. I tell people all the time, when I'm doing Hamilton, because of just the sheer volume of words, I feel like I'm doing a straight play. Like, yes, there's singing, yes, there's dancing, but like for this role specifically, the vulnerability and like the exposure and, just the words per second, like I said, I feel like I'm doing a straight play. I feel like I'm doing Shakespeare, so in a lot of ways, those aspects feel the exact same. And that truly has prepared me for this.
What's one of your very favorite moments in the show?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the entirety of my shot will never get old. It will never, never, never get old. As I grow with the show, as the show changes me, and I change within the show, certain things land different. I think the end of Yorktown lately has been feeling very special to me in a lot of ways. Yeah, just that feeling of like letting victory wash over you, of the thing that you weren't sure could happen is now your reality. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful feeling to get to like experience every night.
Milwaukee. As soon as you heard this is on the tour stop, what did you think of when you saw the word Milwaukee?
I've been to a few places. I've been to Madison. I've even been to Appleton. But I've never been to Milwaukee. So I was excited to finally okay, I can check that off the list, and Milwaukee Rep is a theater. As an actor, that's a regional theater is top tier. So it's definitely been on a place that I've wanted to work. So it's cool to finally be in the city.
Tyler Fauntleroy, maybe we'll see you on stage at the Milwaukee Rep after you're
that'd be so much fun.
Finished Hamiltoning it up.
Absolutely.
Thank you very, very much. I wish you break a leg at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. And any other words of wisdom?
Thank you so much for having me, and come check us out. Yeah, we'd love to have you in the house.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Marcus Performing Arts Center, that's where you can see Tyler Fauntleroy and the rest of the cast of Hamilton. And I know it's punny, but don't throw away your shot to see such a life-changing Broadway musical for a lot of people, and that a great way to tell the story of American history. So Hamilton through Sunday at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. And I loved hearing Tyler Fauntleroy talk about what a great reputation that the Milwaukee Repertory Theater has around the country to perform at. And we're getting even more of a wonderful reputation for our music scene here in Milwaukee. And as the Grammy Awards get closer on Sunday, you're going to meet a Milwaukee musician and producer. Malik Johnson is my guest next, and find out his Grammy-nominated musical projects next on What's on Tap.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know, it's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or money to the IRS or to the state, waiting for all the forms to come and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
I'm Sandy Maxx. Happy Friday. And joining me is a very talented Milwaukee man. He's going to give us insights on his Grammy Awards connections and experience. It is my pleasure to introduce to you music lover, musician, cellist in particular, producer, and artist in residence for his second year in a row at Betty Bryn Children's Museum, Malik Johnson, a.k.a. 99, the producer. Welcome, Malik.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
I am so glad you're here, and that's a lot of creative roles, and those are the ones I know about. Before we chat Grammys, a fun question. What music were you listening to on your way into WTMJ?
On the way here, I was listening to, actually, I've been in my classical music bag. I've been trying to write my own music, compose. So I've been listening to Philip Glass. He's like a, really minimalistic composer. And
avant-garde, I would even say. Challenging.
Yeah, literally. So, I've been just kind of, trying to meditate and, calm my nerves and, senses these days.
Interesting to say meditate, because I thought of Koyaanisqatsi immediately, which is, very intricate.
Yeah.
But I could also see kind of like an audio mandala where you could kind of get lost in that and meditate.
Yeah, for sure.
Music brings people together. It can heal you. What's your creative journey so far? When did you start playing music?
Oh my goodness. I started playing music when I was 8 years old through Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra. That was my first introduction to an instrument, a cello specifically. Ever since then, I've just been kind of doing my own thing with the cello and trying to grow and use my own musical tastes and likes about, my, taste. And so I just try to, add my kind of flavor to music. So, yeah.
What is it about playing the cello that really resonates with you?
So I would say the cello is the best instrument. It's my favorite. It's the most like a human voice. Violin is very higher and the bass is super low, but like a cello is like a really good sweet spot. So a lot of people tell me like it soothes them and it's like healing in a way. So like when I play, I feel like a human voice. So I try to sing, or if I do a little singing, I try my best. But I try to mimic like how would a cello sound like if I were to sing through my cello and vice versa.
It's a very physical instrument as well.
Yep. Yeah, I have to like dominate the cello and,
you have to embrace it. You just use your arms, and coax it to make the different sounds that you make. Yep. And you don't just play the cello. I would say, I've seen you in performance enhance the sound. What are the different ways that you use this classical instrument in a very modern way?
For sure. I love to use guitar pedals with my cello. So I have a microphone on my cello, which allows me to like plug up so I can use like cool little computers and technology to either have a looper where I can like play with myself and have like multiple layers of my like cello, so I can like play like an actual whole song, if it's the same 4 bars or whatever. But so I have distortion pedals, I have reverb pedals that just make my sound bigger, and There's like multi-effects pedals where you can add phasers and reverse effects. So yeah, I kind of like to incorporate that in my live performances as well as my production. So,
I would say I hear the excitement in your voice, and then so that's the musician, the performer, the composer part of your musical life.
Right.
Tell me about 99 the producer.
Yeah, 99 the producer. So this journey started when I was in high school. I released my first song where I used a digital audio workstation like GarageBand or Logic or Pro Tools to make a song, to actually manifest a song like an actual audio file, where I have these thoughts and can create. So I started producing in high school, and I would use my cello to be the center part of my music. So all the strings would be the main point of these, so you'll hear drums and synthesizers and cool vocal inflections and weird reverb things. But I make sure the cello is the center of all that.
But you create this soundscape around it.
Right, yep.
And I guess the other high school kids gravitated to your 99 the producer creations?
Yeah, they loved it. Actually, I remember I have a pretty iconic memory of one of my friends let me throw a show in their garage. So we had a pretty good turnout my senior year of high school. So fun fact, Jordan Poole was actually at that. It was one of my friends was good friends with his sister. So
that is a fun fact.
Yeah. So shout out Jordan Poole.
Well, now you got to get into some of the filmmaking. Maybe you can start scoring for Jordan Poole.
Hey,
that's what I love about these connections. We're talking with musical artist Malik Johnson, also known as AKA the producer. And one of the reasons I wanted to invite Malik in is to talk about your Grammy connections.
Yeah, for sure.
So stay with us. We're going to find out Malik's Grammy connections and hear some of his music. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Struggling to provide for your family is a real thing, like having to choose between feeding them a warm meal or paying the utility bill. These are the choices many Milwaukee residents are faced with, which is why they turn to St. Vincent de Paul Society's meal program for help. Our meal program has been a consistent resource for those in need for over 42 years. Nutritious meals, warm showers, and clean clothes, all in a safe, family-friendly environment. Our mission is clear, and that's to help you break the cycle of poverty by connecting you with life-changing community and educational resources. Last year, we provided $2.2 million in goods and services, plus 57,000 warm meals. If you or anyone you know needs a warm evening meal, you can find us at Harambe Kitchen 5 nights a week on the northeast side of Milwaukee in the basement of All People's Church. And at Crossroads Kitchen on the south side of Milwaukee 6 nights a week on 9th and Madison. As always, we're grateful for community members and volunteers who help us help you. To learn more, visit svdpmilw.org.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And the music you're hearing there is the theme song for Betty Bryn Children's Museum, composed and created by my guest in the studio, Malik Johnson. Malik, it's so sweet to see your head bopping along to that.
Yeah, I love that song.
But you created that song with the input of kids at the museum and
Sure did, yes.
other people there?
Yeah, so we would have toddler talkbacks, which is just me leading a session about like social emotional learning, basically exploring topics like setting goals and dreaming big and thinking positive of yourself. So we would, I would encourage them to, I would have instruments and we would be doing activities. So I would actually bring my recording equipment and record like some shakers and claps and some laughs and, stuff like that to incorporate in the actual song. So, yeah.
And that had to excite you as a producer because Malik Johnson, also known as 99 the producer. So for you to get more audio bits to create that emotion and that vibe and encourage kids to want to play and learn, like what a wonderful mission that song is.
For sure. And that's why I love it so much. It's literally a magical kind of like experience. So I kind of wanted to take the magical experiences that I had with the families and kind of bring that to the songs. So,
well, congratulations on now your second year as artist in residence at Betty Bryn Children's Museum. I know the whole team there is excited to have you back for another year to continue to do creative fun, but I can't let you go without asking about your Grammy connections. I know of at least two. So share with us your connections to the Grammy world.
For sure. So I have a total of 3 Grammy connections. So I'll share with you the third one. So I'll go in order.
Okay.
So
yes.
When I was 19 years old, I was playing in Matt Jones Orchestra, and he was one of my mentors in college. He was an arranger, composer, but artists would reach out for him to arrange strings. So he would have an orchestra and would contract players in Chicago. I went to DePaul University, so I was living in Chicago. So we would record strings for Kirk Franklin, who's a popular gospel artist. That was the first Grammy nomination for his album Long Live Love. That was 2019, I believe.
Yes, it was.
And that was the first one. The second one was John Legend's Christmas album, A Legendary Christmas. Matt Jones also wrote some arrangements, and I played in the orchestra that recorded on the album. So that was another one. I believe that was shortly after, maybe the next year. And then one of the proudest one is the Masego feature that I had on his album, Studying Abroad Extended Stay. That was released in 2021, and it was a song that I produced with my friend Bailey Goldberg and Masego, and it ended up on his album. The song is called Well Traveled, and it received a Grammy nomination in 2021 for, I think it was the best contemporary R&B album.
I would say it was a very specific category.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I had it written down and everything, but it is. I'm scrolling now.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have the
progressive R&B album.
Progressive R&B album. There you go. Thank you.
but I love all the categories and those opportunities to play around that level of talent. Can I just ask the star question? Like, so when you're playing on John Legend's Christmas album, is he there as well, or are you recording strings absolutely separately?
So that's a good question. So, for example, the Kirk Franklin one, he actually came to the studio and we got to meet him, and he was able to give us input about like the strings and stuff.
And Kirk Franklin has won 20 Grammy Awards so far.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
To be working with people of that excellence.
Yeah, he's a legend. For the John Legend one, we just sent the files, but it was obviously super cool to hear the songs in advance. Like, oh my gosh, this sounds so cool, and we get to play to it. So yeah, those are also fun moments. So yeah,
I'm so glad. What are you working on now? Are you collaborating? Are you working with other musicians as 99 the producer, or are you performing cello on other projects?
Of course, yes. I'm producing as 99 the producer. I'm hoping that there's going to be a big placement this year that I'll be able to share with you guys soon. So
Oh.
Yes. So maybe we'll be back next year to talk Grammys, and we'll have another conversation to have.
We'll have you back sooner than that, because you and I were talking about you have an art gallery performance coming up in March at VAR Gallery on March 14th. There's so much to talk about and dig in on your musical project. So I look forward to our next visit. Next, we will hear the song that you produced and co-wrote.
Yes.
Well Traveled is the song you need to hear next on What's on Tap.
The only place to get this.
The Bucks fall on the road. They have now lost 4 consecutive games in 7 of their last 8.
With some of this.
I think Giannis has got a wandering eye, and I could see a divorce, yada, 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 all of it for years. We've dealt with it. But he did acknowledge, I think it starts to wear on you, and I think it can kind of break you down.
Get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Save big on everything for your next project now at Menards. Upgrade your home with Floors of Distinction laminate flooring. It's easy to install and durable enough to handle an active household. The Woodruff Series is a waterproof laminate flooring that features an attached pad for sound reduction and added comfort. On sale today for $229 a square foot. Good through February 8th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
This winter, treat yourself or someone you love to a getaway right here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Hotel Month is coming with up to 25% off stays from January 14th through February 28th. From cozy boutique hideaways to modern downtown favorites, you'll find the perfect place for any kind of getaway. Enjoy world-class theater, inspiring museums, and award-winning dining, all paired with a warm, welcoming place to unwind after a full day of exploring the Brew City. Check in, chill out, and make winter feel a world away at visitmilwaukee.org/hotel month.
She's been putting off knee surgery for years, and she had a trip coming up to Ireland, and she knew she was going to be walking a lot more than she had become accustomed to. So she finally took a chance and called for an appointment. And you know, it ended up helping her. She was able to do the walking and sightseeing pain-free. It led to an enjoyable trip, and I think we're going to be able to help her live a better life going forward. One that won't let pain stand in her way any longer. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and these are the kind of real-life stories I love to hear. Pain can take so much away from us, and when we can alleviate that kind of pain, it makes our purpose here at Rejuvenex that much more fulfilling. Don't let pain stand in your way any longer. Every day is precious. Take that next step. Schedule your appointment at Rejuvenex and start living your life again. Take a look at our Google reviews to learn more.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Hi, everybody. This is Malik Johnson, a.k.a. 99 the producer, and this is the song you need to hear. It's Well Traveled, produced by me, my friend Bailey and Masego, and it got me my first producer Grammy nomination. So here it is, Well Traveled by Masego.
From under and overseas. I said, okay. I'm to travel like Wiz is the weed. You're the cattle and I am the sheep. Black, worldwide, different. I be outside. I'm to travel like Wiz is the weed. You're the cattle and I am the sheep. Black, worldwide, different. outside. I was in Heathrow Lounge with a lady and I'm getting some Heathrow now. And it's crazy cause I'm headed to Detroit now. See my baby cause we buying a see-through house. Boy, I'm well traveled, you don't know none. Boy, I'm well traveled, you don't know none. Boy, I'm well traveled, you don't know none. You my little son, you my little son. I'm the travel like Wiz is the weed. You're the Cadillac, I am the sheep. Black, worldwide, different. I be outside. I'm the travel like Wiz is the weed. You're the Cadillac, I am the sheep. Black, worldwide, different. I be outside. Don't say you know something when you ain't been in the streets. You never loved her. You just tapped on your screen. You don't know none. Boy, I'm well traveled. You don't know none. Boy, I'm well traveled. You don't know none. You my little son. You my little son. I'm the travel like Wiz is the weed. You're the Cadillac, I am the sheep. Black, worldwide, different. I be outside. I'm the travel like Wiz is the weed. You're the Cadillac, I am the sheep. Black, worldwide, different. I be outside.
That is Well Traveled by Masego, a song co-written and produced by 99 the producer, Malik Johnson, in the studio with me. How does it feel to hear that song?
It's great. I love it.
And congratulations on having it be a Grammy-nominated song off of the album Studying Abroad, Extended Stay. What's one of your favorite lyrics that you wrote as part of that song, or was it more the music?
It was the music. That's probably my favorite song. I love Silver Tongue on the album as well. There's a lot of good songs on that album, so I would definitely highly recommend everybody to go check it out.
I'm glad you're proud of it. So,
Yeah.
One of your Grammy connections in our last minute together on Sunday's Grammys ceremony, what are you looking for?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to see, for Best New Artist, Olivia Dean. She has a great album. I want to see her win. I would like to see Bad Bunny win, maybe for Song of the Year or Record of the Year, I think. Who else? I love to see Clips win for Rap Album of the Year. I know Leon Thomas I love R&B. I'm an R&B head. I love R&B music, so I would love to see Leon Thomas win. But yeah, those are just some of my few favorites. Yeah.
Some of the artists that Malik Johnson will be looking at. And Malik, really quickly, what's the best way to keep up with your performances?
For sure. Definitely on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, 99 the producer.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. He is Malik Johnson. Looking forward to visiting with you again on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. What a treat to chat with Malik earlier this week. And I like that I'm able to use, these big worldwide stories, big national stories in the entertainment and culture world and find those local connections. And Malik is rooting for Olivia Dean for Best New Artist, and spoke earlier in the show with Potawatomi Sportsbook manager Austin, and he is so fun. You can make a wager on the Grammys at Potto and the Sportsbook, which is just funny. And the favorite right now with Wisconsin bettors for Best New Artist is Olivia Dean. Also a favorite, Bad Bunny for Best Album of the Year, and Lady Gaga for Dance Pop Record of the Year, and for Song of the Year, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, according to Potawatomi Sportsbook betting so far. If you are interested, it's one of those things you can't do it online. You do have to go to Potawatomi Hotel Casino, but they've got 94 different kiosks, so you can park, walk in the walkway, make your wager, but you have to do it by Saturday night because of the way things work in the world now. Things can leak and information can get out, so they close it by Sunday morning. So have some fun way to put a little extra thrill in it. And I don't know if you know, but producer Isaac Marquardt, with me regularly, is also a musician. You're a drummer.
Yes.
Barely Civil.
Yes, that's the band.
Local band. Maybe someday we'll be rooting for you at the Grammys.
I can only hope.
So as a musician, do you keep an eye on the Grammys? Do you care?
It's not so much my niche.
Yeah.
But in researching for the show tonight, there were some things that kind of surprised me at how they are kind of in my niche.
Well, because there's so many different categories.
Exactly.
I think you can probably find something. You just heard Malik talking about R&B and all these different genres.
Yeah.
So what's catching your eye?
So the thing that I thought was really interesting in the best rock performance category is the amount of the acts that, there's 5 nominated acts. 3 of them have their roots in like punk and hardcore music, which I thought was really interesting.
Linkin Park.
And then,
am I looking at the right
yes,
one? Okay.
Yep.
Linkin Park, Turnstile, Youngblood, Haley Williams, and Amyl and the Sniffers.
Yes,
are
exactly.
Plus, it's just fun. This is almost like horse racing. For those of you WTMJ fans who are like, okay, I'd watch for entertainment, and I like you, Sandy. I'll hang out and listen to you and Isaac talk about this, but I may not be interested. It's still just fun hearing band names.
Yeah. But
so you got that. So who do you think might take it?
So I have a feeling they'll give it to Linkin Park.
Because they've been around for a long time?
Yeah, and this whole comeback album.
Yeah.
And, so good for them. But I just thought it was so interesting because when I think of, like, bands that the Grammys are going to nominate for a rock band, I think of kind of a more throwback sound like a Greta Van Fleet or something.
Sure.
Where
you can hear, in Greta Van Fleet, you can hear Led Zeppelin and Queen. You can hear all those influences.
Let me play you a little bit of Turnstile.
Okay. That's a Friday night sound if I ever heard it.
Not quite what I would have thought. Coincidentally, I think this would be my sports walk-up song if I was an athlete.
That is good. So I appreciate your perspective as a drummer. And what kind of music do you categorize Barely Civil as playing?
We can get into that very broadly another time. It depends how you categorize emo music. Usually I just tell people it's indie rock.
Okay, and that's what I was just going to say. Is that the kind of style that to expect when you go to a Barely Civil
it's
show?
It's
Are you
not quite that heavy.
Thrashing around with sweaty hair and...
I am. Most other people are not.
That is Isaac's take. Look for Linkin Park or Turnstile to take home a Grammy statuette. We are going to introduce you to a Wisconsin woman who is up for possibly her 5th Grammy Award on Sunday. Cheryl Pavelski, Pius and Marquette grad and Milwaukee native. She joins us next on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature, sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Today we're talking about something that affects all of us, staying on top of our health. Joining us is Dr. Teresa Mottman, a primary care physician, here to explain why yearly checkups and routine screenings are key to catching issues early and keeping you feeling your best. Dr. Mottman, thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely.
Why are yearly checkups and screenings so important?
Yearly checkups are really important for everybody. It gives us a chance to look at your overall health and not just treat symptoms or chronic diseases. We monitor changes year to year, and we can catch issues early. It also gives us a chance to talk to our patients about lifestyle habits so that we can prevent future chronic disease.
What typically happens during yearly checkups?
We review our patient's medical history, their medications, their vital signs. We'll do a physical exam, and we'll decide what type of testing that people will need, screening tests or labs, based on their age and any risk factors they have.
People sometimes say they feel fine and they maybe skip their annual checkup or screening. Why is that a bad idea?
Many health conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and even the early stages of cancers often develop without any symptoms at all. Screening tests are designed to detect these issues before symptoms develop. If you skip them, it can delay detection and reduce the chances of catching a condition at an early stage, and that's when it's most important for treatment and for the greatest impact.
What are some of the more common annual screenings?
Common ones are blood pressure, we'll check cholesterol, diabetes, and there's cancer screenings like colonoscopies and mammograms. We often do mental health screenings as well. Your personal list will really depend upon your age, your gender, your family history, and other risk factors.
At what age should people start getting screenings?
It really varies. Some screenings start as early as 20s and 30s. Other screenings, like some of the cancer screenings, will start around age 40 or 50.
Dr. Mottman, thank you for being with us today. To find a doctor that's right for you, visit freightert.com.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodel.
I'm Dave Packer. Anti-ICE protests across the nation today at the end of a month that saw the fatal shootings by federal agents in Minneapolis of Renee Good and Alex Pretty. These protesters in Los Angeles. And in Minnesota earlier, ABC's Matt Rivers.
We're in a protest here in downtown Minneapolis, part of these nationwide ICE out protests where we've seen people coming out all over the country to talk about the fact that they're not thrilled that ICE continues to be in these cities and they want them out. That's the overall message. So people staying home from work, people staying home from school, people not going to local businesses shutting down in solidarity. The idea is sending a message to officials that what is happening in these communities is not okay and that it needs to end.
The Justice Department has released more than 3 million pages of documents from the FBI's investigation into sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas.
Today's release did offer evidence of Epstein's relationships with the rich and powerful, including Elon Musk. In a number of emails, Musk and Epstein seemed to be discussing plans for Musk to visit Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. In one 2012 email, Musk asking, "What day night will be the wildest party on your island?" Musk says he never went to the island.
A judge has barred prosecutors from seeking the death penalty against Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. There will be at least a brief government shutdown, the Senate passing a deal between Democrats and the White House that would keep most of the government open, but that agreement will still need to be approved by the House, and they don't return until Monday. An urgent manhunt for 5 escaped prisoners in Lake Providence, Louisiana. Police say charges against various escapees include murder and assault. 8 originally escaped, 3 were captured. This comes after 10 inmates escaped last spring from the New Orleans jail, leading to national headlines and a months-long search. You're listening to ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, our credit card bill came and it's higher than last month.
How? We haven't charged anything.
Paying the minimum isn't enough. It will keep getting higher until we take control. We need to go to 47fastcash.com.
With our bad credit?
47fastcash.com can help any credit type get approved for up to $5,000 in minutes.
Take control and get the money you need at 47fastcash.com. 47fastcash.com.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Stocks ended the day lower on Wall Street after President Trump named Kevin Warsh as his next pick to lead the Federal Reserve. Investors are worried that the Fed will lose some of its independence.
President Trump told me in the Oval Office Friday he didn't ask his newly announced Fed chair nominee Kevin Warsh to commit to cutting interest rates, but acknowledged, quote, "We talk about it."
I've been following him, and I don't want to ask him that question. I think it's inappropriate, probably would be allowed, but I want to keep it nice and pure.
The president told me that Warsh certainly wants to cut rates, noting he's been watching Warsh for a long time. The president has been very critical of current Fed Chair Jerome Powell, saying he's waited too long to lower interest rates. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Tens of thousands of customers remain without power in Tennessee and Mississippi 5 days after the massive winter storm that blew through the country. Ethan Green says he's been working 16-hour days with the Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association in Mississippi to get customers' power back.
It's a pressure, and all I can say is we're working on it, but we can only go so quick. In order to do it safely, we have to take our time.
Another round of bitter cold is settling over the country from Texas to Florida and up through New Hampshire. The WNBA and Players Union will meet Monday in New York for the first time in several weeks to try and move the stalled collective bargaining negotiations forward. Dave Packer, ABC News.
If you're going to put some of your hard-earned profits into advertising, you better do it right, because we know you don't want to waste a dime. If you want ad success, it's not just knowing what to say, it's knowing how to say it. Telling isn't selling, and a message that doesn't sell will waste your money. With thousands of ads of experience, we know what to say and how to say it to get you better results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com's Our Work page to listen and see why we're the guys smart advertisers call to make their ad dollars work harder. We found that whatever kind of ad you decide to run, if it doesn't sell, it's a bad ad. One thing we're pretty good at is digging deep to find what truly sets our clients apart from their competition. And we're always surprised at what we find and have often asked, well, why haven't you been telling the public that? There are things about your business that you aren't telling enough people, and certainly not often enough. We'll fix that. Go to Anderson-Smith.com and hit the Contact Us button, because we help small business advertisers get better results.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer's service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Getting into a Grammy groove in this hour of What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. It has been fun finding local angles to what is known as music's biggest night. The Grammys will be a parade of talented people of all kinds and all aspects of the music industry, including a Wisconsin woman who you'll meet in just a couple of minutes. The 68th annual ceremony, hosted by comedian Trevor Noah for his sixth and final time, should be entertaining. A Sunday night, 7 o'clock start on CBS and Paramount+. What are the local angles? Well, first of all, you can root for Bon Iver from Fall Creek, Wisconsin. Justin Vernon and his band are nominated in 2 categories, Best Alternative Music Album and Best Alternative Music Performance. You can root for Milwaukee native and music producer Cheryl Pavelski, who you'll meet in minutes, for Best Historical Album, and a Milwaukee man not nominated this year, but I think very likely could be in the future. Malik Johnson is a cellist, and he began producing music under the name 99, the producer, in high school. Malik was my guest earlier this week, and here are highlights of his music journey so far and his Grammy experiences. What's your creative journey so far? When did you start playing music?
Oh my goodness. I started playing music when I was 8 years old through Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra. That was my first introduction to an instrument, a cello specifically. So yeah, ever since then, I've just been kind of doing my own thing with the cello and trying to grow and use my own musical tastes and like. And so I just try to, add my kind of flavor to music.
I can't let you go without asking about your Grammy connections. I know of at least 2. Mm-hmm. So share with us your connections to the Grammy world.
For sure. So I have a total of 3 Grammy connections. So I'll go in order.
Okay.
So
yes.
When I was 19 years old, I was playing in Matt Jones Orchestra, and he was one of my mentors in college. He was an arranger, composer, but artists would reach out to for him to arrange strings. We would record strings for Kirk Franklin, who's a popular gospel artist. That was the first Grammy nomination for his album Long Live Love. And the second one was John Legend's Christmas album, A Legendary Christmas. Matt Jones also wrote some arrangements, and I played in the orchestra that recorded on the album. And then one of the proudest one is the Masego feature that I had on his album, Studying Abroad Extended Stay. And it was a song that I produced with my friend Bailey Goldberg and Masego, and it ended up on his album. The song is called Well Traveled, and it received a Grammy nomination in 2021.
That is cool. See, I love these local links, and that Malik Johnson, listen to who he's been able to perform with so far. And which artists are Malik Johnson rooting for to win a Gold Grammy statuette?
I definitely want to see, for Best New Artist, Olivia Dean. She has a great album. I want to see her win. I would like to see Bad Bunny win, maybe for Song of the Year or Record of the Year, I think. Who else? I love to see Clips win for Rap Album of the Year. I love R&B. I'm an R&B head. I love R&B music, so I would love to see Leon Thomas win.
Malik Johnson's picks for who could win Grammy Awards. Interesting perspective from a musician and a producer's point of view. And continuing our local links to the Grammys, it is my absolute thrill and pleasure to shine a light on one of our Milwaukee natives who is immersed in the music industry. Welcome back to What's on Tap, to Cheryl Pavelski. Cheryl, how are you?
I am fine, and Sandy, it's always an exquisite thrill to talk to you.
Well, bless your heart, because it's always talking about music. The last time I had you on What's on Tap, we were talking about your work with preserving Vince Guaraldi's A Charlie Brown Christmas music, and you have spent your career truly rescuing music history from obscurity and keeping legacies alive of a wide variety of artists, not just blues, not just pop, or not just like 70s music. Like, you have such a depth of knowledge, and you've had your hands on lost tapes and all sorts of archives. So for everyone who is meeting you for the first time on What's on Tap, tell me your Milwaukee connections and where you work now, and that you're a musician yourself. Like, tell us your career path before we get into your Grammy nomination and your Grammy wins.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, it's been quite a windy, twisty path. Actually, that's a lie. It was a straight shot from Milwaukee to L.A. But I was born, raised in Milwaukee, Pius, Marquette, UWM. I hit them all. I was a waitress at Mr. Steak. Worked at Radio Doctors, which was an awesome gig, before moving out to Los Angeles. And when I got to L.A., I worked at Capitol Records for a dozen years, which was unbelievable. Went to Concord Records, went to Rhino Records, and 15 years ago, co-founded Omnivore Recordings, which is my label with my partners, and we focus on catalog releases across all configurations. Those are historical, so if you think the box sets, the reissues, all of that sort of thing. I do play things with strings, but I had to abandon my hopes for rock stardom when I realized I actually really was a producer, and I'm fine with that, because the time I spent playing music, both live and learning how to record and write songs, served the rest of my career really well, because I can talk to artists and songwriters now and kind of know what it's like to go on tour and have your bass player forget their shoes in one city and only remember them when they're several states away, or talk about string gauges or amps blowing up on stage, those sorts of things.
To be able to speak that language with musicians, I would think also builds the trust with musicians and some of their estates, that you will take care of some of these really treasured artworks. Congratulations on your new Grammy nomination. What are you nominated for Best Historical Album for this year's Grammys?
This year is a collection of demo recordings by the legendary songwriter Doc Pomus. Most of them were written by Doc and his songwriting partner Mort Schumann, but there's a whole host of other co-writers on this as well. It's called You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. And you may not know the name Doc Pomus, but he wrote songs like This Magic Moment and Save the Last Dance for Me, and a whole host of things for Elvis. Marie's the name of his latest flame, Viva Las Vegas, Suspicion. That list goes on and on and on. He wrote Teenager in Love for Dion, all kinds of wonderful, wonderful songs, some of which are now considered, 20th century standards.
Absolutely, because when I started going through this list of 100 songs on this album, those Elvis titles jumped out at me, and I always knew that Elvis didn't write his own music, but to go, wow, he wrote at least 10 songs that I could sing immediately, plus all those great oldie songs. What is it about Doc Pomus that is unique about him and his songs that you think made him so special and seemingly so prolific?
Well, he was an interesting character just himself. He contracted polio when he was a kid, and he wasn't all that mobile, but he started out being kind of a jazz blues singer, shouter in clubs up in Harlem. And it was just so hard for him to get around. And by the time he was starting a family, he thought, okay, I can't do this. Singing is not going to pay the bills. And by that point, he had already started writing some songs, some that were some regional, local hits in New York. Some of them had been picked up by Atlantic for artists like Big Joe Turner and Ray Charles. In fact, he wrote Lonely Avenue for Ray Charles. And a new version of that song by Randy Newman and John Baptiste is up for a separate Grammy this year.
What a fun connection.
Right? And so these are songs that literally stand the test of time. And, he was really smart. There was this kid, Mort Schumann, who was much younger than Doc, and he saw some promise in him. And he kind of brought him up as an apprentice, and they just started knocking out these hits. And Doc has a lyrical ability to connect and say the right thing at the right time. In fact, on some of these demos, you can kind of hear him working with the music that Mort is writing and changing words. And when he gets to that last word that just lands, you know, okay, this guy knows how a word sounds within the music. And I think that that's what makes his songwriting special. There's a perfect connection to the lyrics and the music and how it makes you feel.
And you've spent a lot of time with Doc Pomus music. She is Cheryl Pavelski of Omnivore Recordings, my guest on What's on Tap this hour with me. Milwaukee native who has won 4 Grammys so far, with another nomination for her work with the archives and legacies of musicians. She's worked on music from Aretha Franklin, Rod Stewart, the Beach Boys, the band, Buck Owens, Chicago, Wilco, so many. So stay with us for more conversation with Cheryl and her Grammy journeys on What's on Tap.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vetrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Abby Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
It may be raining, but the sun will be shining in my heart.
Talking with Cheryl Pavelski of Omnivore Recordings, and nominated for a Grammy this year for this album, You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. To call it an album with over 100 tracks on it, I feel like I should call it a box set or something, but we've evolved into the digital world now. So we'll call it an album.
There's 6 discs.
There you go. That's what I was saying. I hate to just call it an album that doesn't do it enough justice.
Yeah.
What is it that attracted you in the very first place to a project based on Doc Pomus's demos?
Well, his daughter Sharon called me, and she and her husband, Will Bratton, co-produced with me. Will looks after the publishing concerns, which is all the copyrights, all of the songwriting copyrights for Doc. And Sharon called and said, hey, I'm talking to all these different companies, but some people I really respect suggest I talk to you. And I knew Doc's songwriting work, and I knew that in New York, he lived long enough to be a friend to some of his fans like Lou Reed and Paul Simon and Sean Colvin, and all of these artists that I loved coalesced around Doc and got to know him, and some even wrote songs with him. We're working now on a project of songs by Doc and Dr. John. So early on, as I started learning who wrote what, who played on this and that, I saw the name Doc Pomus come up a whole lot. So when Sharon called, I just said, this is a project I can help you tell the story on. This is a writer that means a lot to me, and it would mean a lot to me to help you. So ultimately, she chose us, and I'm thrilled because I've gotten to work with an amazing amount of just legendary talent, and this is another one that I'm just grateful to get to work in this business. To work with stuff this legendary is just an honor.
We are talking with Cheryl Pavelski. She is a Milwaukee native. She is the co-founder of Omnivore Recordings, 4-time Grammy Award winner for Best Historical Album throughout the years, and nominated again this year for You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. Where did the term "you can't hip a square," where does that lyric come from?
It's not a lyric. It's something that Doc used to say. I called Sharon one day and I said, I'm pretty good at naming things, but nothing's jumping out at me. Sometimes you use a song title. And I said, is this something your dad used to say? And it was the first thing she said to me. She said, well, you always used to say you can't hip a square. You can't make a nerd cool. And I'm like, that's it. That's our title. Because it's perfect, you can't hip a square. It's so hip itself. This guy knew his way around how to string words together, right?
He sure did. And lots of them. And so many. How many songs on the box set album?
Somewhere around 165.
And how many do you have to listen to narrow it down to 165? Or is this just the full collection, not curated or narrowed down?
No. This one was probably around 600 final demos, and we keep finding more, which is making me crazy, but it's also great for the estate. We had some come in late to the project, which kind of made things have a bit of a kerfuffle because some really wonderful things came in late, but hundreds and hundreds usually to whittle them down to the very best of them.
That's the work.
That's the work,
That's the true
That's
work.
good work.
That is great work. The gloriously detailed anthropological dig type work. And next, what it feels like to be going to the Grammys, the best of the best in the music business in all of the categories. More chat with Milwaukee native and Omnivore Recordings co-founder Cheryl Pavelski next on What's on Tap.
Save big on everything for your next project now at Menards. We have everything you need for updating your window treatments. Refresh your home today with blinds and shades from Window Images, including vinyl, aluminum, and faux wood blinds, cellular shades, and more. And you get them trimmed to width in-store for free. View our entire selection of window treatments on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer and find all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Ready to cruise Europe with a little sparkle? Celebrity Cruises and Fox World Travel bring you the Mediterranean with modern luxury, world-class dining, and unforgettable ports. From the French Riviera to the Greek Isles, think chic ships, breathtaking views, and days that feel like postcards come to life. Ready to cruise Europe in style? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com and let Celebrity Cruises turn your Mediterranean dreams into a stylish, sun-soaked reality.
For 176 years, St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee has been neighbors helping neighbors, working to eliminate poverty and hunger with compassion and dignity. When families face hard times, our volunteers step in. Over 600 trained volunteers ready to meet people where they're at, in their homes. And that's what our Neighbors Helping Neighbors home visit program is all about. Volunteers travel in pairs, listening first, then offering personalized support. They provide families and individuals with things like furniture, beds, food, clothing, and connect them to vital community resources, help that provides stability during challenging times. These home visits don't just address an immediate need, they help create a safer, more stable future for our families and individuals in our community. Last year alone, St. Vincent de Paul Society volunteers completed nearly 11,000 home visits across Milwaukee County, serving those who need us most. Together, we are neighbors helping neighbors. To learn more about our mission or get involved, visit svdpmilw.org.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Music that could win a Grammy Award on Sunday. Milwaukee native and Omnivore Recordings co-founder Cheryl Pavelski is my guest. Proud Pius alumna. I got to meet her during her Marquette University years, and I'm thrilled to celebrate another accomplishment for Cheryl, another Grammy nomination. And grab time with her today. 4 Grammy wins so far for her work on historical albums of the music of Hank Williams, Mr. Rogers, Wilco, and Stax recording studio artists. And her latest Grammy nomination is for Best Historical Album. You just heard a little sample there. You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. And you're going to be in one of the hippest places on Sunday. What are you looking forward to? What is it like on Grammy Awards Day?
It's anxiety. It's nervousness. It's, do I look right? Everything is just, it's a bundle of nerves until you get past your category. But it's also this, every single time you just blink, blink, blink the whole day, because it's this magical thing that goes too fast and it goes way too slow before your category is called. But, you know, to be able to walk a red carpet and, you know, it takes a minute. You have to learn things. You have to learn how to hit certain marks and not look like a schlub and not have things in your pockets that are going to be bulgy because those pictures last forever. And I learned that the first year. But, you know, it's to be on the red carpet and, you know, you turn around and there's Annie Lennox or whoever, you know. It's just this, it's a crazy, crazy, crazy environment and day. And I don't know how else to describe it. And the whole week is that way. I mean, we already started our events this past Saturday. There's many, many gatherings and receptions and all sorts of things. On Wednesday, there's the Producers and Engineers Wing event that honors a producer. This year it's Jimmy Rogers, who's worked with a zillion people, including the Stones, and, you know, just look him up. He's amazing. So, you know, there's all of those sorts of things. And, I mean, my favorite event actually isn't really on Sunday. It's Saturday, and it's the nominees reception and Lifetime Achievement Awards. Because, you know, obviously I work in the historical world, so the Lifetime Achievement Awards is just, it's special to me. But after that's over, everybody is a winner that night. You know, that's the night you get every nominee gets a medallion, and you go and take an official photo, and it's just, you know, it's just a wonderful thing. Everybody's winners, because that's the truth. If you're nominated, you've won. You know, it's people who listen to music, and you know, it's a jury of your peers. And if you're nominated, that's that's the best thing. The final Grammy, everybody wants one, but it's, you know, you never know who the voters are going to vote for. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong, but if you're nominated, you truly are a winner.
Yeah, well, I would say so. Cheryl Pavelski, hang on the line for me. She is the co-founder of Omnivore Recordings and Milwaukee native, and more of Cheryl's experience with the Grammys, what she's looking forward to coming up at the Grammy Awards ceremony on Sunday, and some artists she's keeping her eye on, and hear one of the Doc Pomus demos from the Best Historical Album nominee. You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. Somebody from Wisconsin to root for on Sunday. Continuing our conversation with Cheryl Pavelski, so stay with me here on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know. It's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or owe, waiting for all the forms to come, and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you, too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
It's time. It's time your ad dollar reached far more than you thought possible. And it's time your ad message made a dramatic impact on your bottom line. The results we brought our small business clients are significant, and there's no reason we can't bring you the same success, no matter what your ad budget is. So go to anderson-smith.com, hit the Contact Us button, email me, and I will call you in short order, because it is time. Anderson-smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results. If you're buying and creating advertising for your small business, but you're not sure how to make it work, then I want you to know we can make radio or TV advertising work for you. Both are very powerful media, and both can be affordable. And we have a laundry list of notable long-term clients who will vouch for us. So if you have an interest in increasing the chances of your small business's advertising success, go to anderson-smith.com, hit the Contact Us button, send me a quick email, and I'll call you in short order. That's anderson-smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Some of the sounds from the Grammy-nominated Best Historical Album, You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. This magic moment, so many historic songs that maybe you didn't realize Doc Pomus wrote, including music that Elvis Presley recorded. And Cheryl Pavelski, co-founder of Omnivore Recordings, it is her job to dig in to these archives for all sorts of different artists. Earned her 4 Grammy nominations so far, or Grammy awards so far, and then this most recent nomination. Well, Cheryl, you talk about being on the red carpet and maybe seeing an artist you admire and enjoy and being at the nominees reception where you're all around your peers and people that you honor and respect for the lifetime achievement. Is it communal? Is it socializing? Is it networking? is it really a together vibe? Or
projects I produced, and they're going up against each other. You know, Bob Mayer is up for album notes for Ghost is Born by Wilco, the box set that we produced this year. And similarly, Scott B. Bomar is up for the liner notes for the Buck Owens live box set that I produced with him and released on Omnivore. So they're going against each other, and they're against my friend Ashley, who wrote the Miles Davis liner notes. You know, so it's all of that. But you know, no matter who wins, like I said, it's you know, everybody's winners, and it really is. It's everything from networking, seeing old friends, to you know, celebrating each other. So it's a wonderful weekend.
I'm thrilled that there's a liner notes category still, because that's my essence. I used to love pulling out the vinyl records and seeing what's on the album sleeve. I'm a credits watcher at movies, so yeah, liner notes. Those details are my jam. I like knowing who worked with each other. So you're talking about friends who are in categories. Do you ever find other Wisconsinites on purpose, seek them out?
You know, it's hard. It's hard to find people. I would love to meet the Snarky Puppy folks. I know that they've been up. I don't think they're nominated this year. I would love to meet Justin Vernon from Bonavere. I think we've been in the same room together, but we've never had the occasion to meet. He's an Eau Claire guy, and I know he's nominated this year. So I will definitely try to find him, because I love his music and production work. So, you know,
I feel like Brandy Carlisle. I feel like Brandy Carlisle and Sister Strings are always in the orbit, either as presenters, performers, or nominees. You know.
See, I need to find Sister Strings and say, "Hey, Milwaukee piece, you know, let us be cheeseheads together." But you know, but yeah, I have not run into them. They're, because they play with Brandy and so many other people. The day of, they are either sound checking, or you know, there's rehearsals going on and all kinds of things. So I've just never connected with them. I think we should have a Milwaukee and Wisconsin sort of Grammy party somewhere, so we can all say hello.
I like that idea. Maybe we can start that. Stir it up.
Let's do it. I don't know how you can get touring musicians in one place.
That's what I say. 2 weeks before that, I would say, and not have it compete with all the other pre-Grammy events.
Right.
So you mentioned it. How do you decide what to wear? What should we be looking for?
Well, how do I decide? I try to find something I don't look dorky in. This year we upped the ante. I'm wearing a black Italian suit of micro sequins.
Ooh, sparkly!
I know.
I'm excited.
I'm just going to leave that right there. That's a mic drop right there. Yeah. So,
hold tight. She is Cheryl Pavelski, Wisconsin woman, and extremely knowledgeable, talented music producer to root for at the Grammy Awards on Sunday. Stay with us. I want to find out which music artists Cheryl really wants to see performing and presenting at the ceremony. Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers, where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm
Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
It's a robber, and if you ignore it, it will just keep taking and taking. I know how pain can consume you. It steals the fun out of life. It steals your energy. And it's just a dark cloud over a lot of people's lives, even on the sunniest of days. But your joint pain does not have to rob you of your life or your happiness. Because at Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that can rejuvenate your life. In a world where big box healthcare has driven pain treatment costs through the roof, and has made it look like joint replacements are your only option, Rejuvenex has kept pain treatment affordable for almost anyone. And for most with insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, we've seen pain treatment paid for by insurance with zero out-of-pocket cost to our patients. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. Don't let pain rob you. Take action today so we can help make your joint pain go away.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Call today, and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
She is Cheryl Pavelski, my guest so far this hour. Wisconsin woman, Milwaukee born and bred, musician, and now a producer of all kinds of music at Omnivore Recordings. We've talked about Cheryl's 4 Grammy wins so far. Her nomination this year for Best Historical Album, You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos, and her red carpet-ready sparkly suit she'll be wearing. Now, Cheryl, what will you be looking for at the awards? Any buzz on some special moments or supposed surprises so far?
You know, I don't know all of the people who are playing, but I'm so glad Trevor Noah's hosting again because he is so fast and funny. He's been a great host for the awards. I like this new artist, Lola Young. I'm looking forward to seeing her. Looking forward to seeing clips. There's an artist named Somber. They played SNL this year, and I was like, that's some nice pop music. So I'm looking forward to all that. I think they're going to have all of the best new artists like they usually do something, and I'm always interested in that to just sort of see who's bubbled to the top of that category to be on the lookout for what's next. I don't know if we're going to get a Bad Bunny performance or a Lady Gaga or Chappell Roan or Bruno Mars with Rosé. I'm happy to see them all. I think the folks up for Record of the Year I like all the songs this year, so it's kind of a unique year. I'm excited I mean, maybe Kendrick Lamar will play Luther from the new record. I'm all about that one because as co-writers, there's a bunch of co-writers, but Jack Antonoff from Bleachers and Kamasi Washington, the great jazz player, both worked on that project. So I don't know. There's a lot to see. My friend Bobby Rush is up with Kenny Wayne Shepherd for traditional blues. Terry Lynn Carrington, great jazz drummer. She's up for Best Jazz Vocal Album. My friends Layla Hathaway and Ledisi, both in traditional R&B, both up against each other. So there's a lot to like this year. I think it's going to be a good Grammys.
Cheryl Pavelski of Omnivore Recordings, a Grammy nominee herself for Best Historical Album, producing You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. Cheryl, I want you on my music trivia league, that's for sure, because I love that you have this depth of knowledge of historical musicians ranging from country to jazz and Mr. Rogers and his jazz music to being really in touch with the newer pop music and what legendary R&B artists are still creating. I love that you have an appetite for all music, that you're not stuck in the past preserving archives. I think that says a lot about you.
Music is endless, and I'm hardwired for it, and I love it all. It's an endless thread. Once you pull the thread and the sweater starts coming apart, there's a whole world of music out there, and I just can't get enough.
Best of luck to you. We will be watching for you and rooting for you.
Thank you. Hello, Milwaukee.
I so enjoy Cheryl Pavelski. I hope you do as well. Root for her. And actually, you can hear our full conversation on a full podcast. If you text keyword Grammy, Grammy. Text the word Grammy to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Text Grammy to 855-616-1620. Send you the link to the podcast, especially great for music fans, because I asked Cheryl, think about all the music that she has dug into. What's one of those double take moments where you went, wait, I just heard what? Wait, what did I just hear? And it's a wonderful story that involves the band. That's your hit, Robbie Robertson of the band, to hear that double take moment and more conversations and the lesson that she learned from that double take moment. Cheryl Pavelski, wish her huge good luck on Sunday to possibly win her 5th Grammy Award. And I'm excited. Text the word Grammy, Grammy, to 855-616-1620. And after culling through over 600 songs for her Grammy-nominated project, Cheryl is going to introduce one of her must-hear songs from You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. It's a breakup song like no other. It's the song you need to hear next on What's on Tap.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 30th. Are you coming? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Bucks legend Terry Cummings. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Pavelski, Grammy nominee this year for Best Historical Album. Doc Pomus's You Can't Hit the Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos. I wanted to bring your attention to this beautiful song by my friend Tony Wine, who co-wrote it with Doc Pomus. It's called Your Conception of Love. Now, Tony, you're going to know because not only did she sing the Meow Mix commercial, but she also sang backup on Babylon's Sisters by Steely Dan. And she also, when she was 16, wrote Groovy Kind of Love by the Mindbenders. So there's this beautiful song called Your Conception of Love, which is a great burn song, a great breakup song. She co-wrote it with Doc, and you should look that one up on You Can't Hit the Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos, up for Best Historical Grammy this year. Thank you.
Emotion, not even if you wanted to. You couldn't care less for devotion. You're much too concerned with you, too wrapped up in you, too in love with you. And so you go on living. Never thought of giving. That is your conception of love. So you go on living. Never thought of giving. That is your
A must-hear song of over 160 tracks on 6 CDs from the You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Pomus songwriting demos, nominated for Best Historical Album and produced by Cheryl Pavelski, Milwaukee native and co-founder of Omnivore Recordings. She has 4 Grammys so far for her work on the musical legacies of Hank Williams, Mr. Rogers, who used to play jazz piano on his PBS show, Wilco, the band from Chicago, and Stax Records, Stax Studios, songwriters there. So she knows her stuff, so wish her good luck. And if you're like Doc Pomus, how would I know him? Man, he wrote songs, lots of songs that Elvis Presley covered, and Lonely Avenue, a song that Ray Charles sang, and the new version is also up for a Grammy this year. So that's how influential Doc Pomus is. Save the Last Dance for Me, This Magic Moment, A Teenager in Love. So he wrote so many of those really classic songs that you hear on oldie stations and just had a real way with words. So Cheryl Pavelski chose the song you need to hear. She chose Conception of Love as a great breakup song. Tony Wine, the singer of that song. And you can text Grammy to hear the full chat with Cheryl Pavelski, including stories that didn't make it on the radio, because we had a good, long, in-depth chat about music. And I asked her, what was that double take moment because think about how many archive tapes she gets to dig through. And you have to overhear conversations. I was like, what is that double take moment where you truly take your headphones off and go, wait, what did I just hear? She answers that question. So you can hear the full podcast. You can find it at WTMJ.com or wherever you get your podcast. Just look for What's on Tap, WTMJ. Or you can also, like I said, text the word Grammy, Grammy, to the Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talking text line. Text Grammy to 855-616-1620. Love to send you that conversation and give you some Wisconsin pride. Wishing Cheryl Pavelski and her Omnivore Recordings team good luck at the Grammys, along with Wisconsin band Bon Iver. Enjoy watching the Grammys on CBS and Paramount Plus. And why not go ahead, set your phone alarm. Join me here on What's on Tap, Monday, 6 p.m., Grammy recaps and highlights. I guess CBS entertainment reporter Matt Wolf is going to share his insights and recap. And also, big Bad Bunny fan. That is one of my Good Karma Brands teammates. Her name is Anna Awesome. She even wrote a college paper about Bad Bunny and his music. She is going to share her recaps. He's nominated for several, I think 6 or 7 Grammy nominations, and he's going to be the Super Bowl halftime show. So I imagine there will be some eyes on Bad Bunny. So we'll find out Anna's recap of the Grammys. And of course, I will welcome your opinions on the Grammys on What's on Tap on Monday as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. What's on Tap is sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. And as we talk about the Grammys, I don't know why, I am absolutely convinced that this song is going to win Song of the Year. It certainly is a crowd pleaser. Go ahead and turn it up. I will leave you with Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. I predict will be the Grammy Song of the Year. Thanks for hanging out with me and have a great rest of your day.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에 given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I lived 2 lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem child, 'cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. 끝없이 on stage, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We dreaming hard, we came so far, now I believe. We're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're going, gonna be golden.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory's arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor. And all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at adventknows.com.
More than 3 million pages from the Epstein files and says this will be the last of it. ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas says some survivors are not happy.
A group of Epstein survivors releasing this statement. The release of Jeffrey Epstein's files is being sold as transparency, but what it actually does is expose survivors. Once again, survivors are having their names and identifying information exposed, while the men who abuse us remain hidden and protected. That is outrageous. As survivors, we should never be the ones named, scrutinized, re-traumatized, while Epstein's enablers continue to benefit from secrecy. This is a betrayal of the very people this process is supposed to serve.
Across the nation today, anti-ICE protests taking place demonstrating against President Trump's immigration raids and the recent shooting deaths of protesters in Minneapolis. There will be at least a brief government shutdown, the Senate passing a deal between Democrats and the White House that would keep most of the government open beyond midnight. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
It separated DHS from the other funding bills so we can overhaul DHS to rein in ICE and end the violence.
But that agreement still needs to be approved by the House. They don't return until Monday. Officials in Massachusetts say one person is dead, 6 missing after a fishing vessel sank today off the coast of Gloucester. Actress and comedian Catherine Harrows died. ABC's Chris O'Conlon.
This is a deeply beloved and admired performer. Going back to her days with SCTV in the 1980s, she was seen as the greatest sketch player of her generation, right up there with Gilda Radner.
Her agency says O'Hara died at her home in Los Angeles following a brief illness. Catherine O'Hara was 71. You're listening to ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, our credit card bill came and it's higher than last month.
How? We haven't charged anything.
Paying the minimum isn't enough. It will keep getting higher until we take control. We need to go to 47fastcash.com.
With our bad credit?
47fastcash.com can help any credit type get approved for up to $5,000 in minutes.
Take control and get the money you need at 47fastcash.com. 47fastcash.com.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Most of the country remains firmly in the grips of old man winter. And with the Carolinas expecting coastal flooding, snow, high winds, and sub-zero temperatures this weekend, North